All right, Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in and week out and prophesy the downfall of this sinful kingdom called America, also known as Babylon in the scriptures. And first and foremost, before we get started, I want to give all praise to the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son in the proper true names in the Hebrew tongue. Ka, Halayim, La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amah. All right, double honors to the apostle elders, the great millstone. Also to our elders as well down here in Langston of Yashara Camp. All right, salutations to all the arching around the four corners of earth that you consider. Today we got a lesson, Lord willing, is edifying to the hopefully elect out there, and the men, women, and children that believe in sincerity as well, man. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and jump straight into it.
All right, you start out with the first scripture. This is Second Ezra, chapter 16, verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth.
Man, they say the plagues are sent, man. All right. So all these things that's going on, man. You see these monkeypox, you see this new trend of CVID. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff is coming upon the earth and it's not going to be turned back. That normal that we used to see is not going to be normal again, man. It's not going to reverse. You just can't put a reverse card on the table and just go back to normal, man. That's what's going to be the new society, man.
Verse 16. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not back, even so the plague that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again.
Man, it's not that once it's shot, it's not gonna come back, man. Like I said before, it's not no reverse card you can just throw on the deck, man. You know what I'm saying? That exact judgment that the Lord got, man, is gonna be sent. It's not coming back, man. These wildfires, these droughts, these famine. All right, it's gonna leave people. Man. All right.
This is Second Ezra 15 and 5. Behold, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction. The Lord says, behold, meaning pay attention, look and see. The Lord is, he says, I'm going to bring these plagues, like the brother Carl was saying. You know, this monkeypox, this new strand of the invented virus and so forth and so forth. People getting sick.
Man. Once these things are sent, man, it's not going to return. And how can you escape from that? All right, the only way you can escape from that is from the fear of the Lord.
And if I may add on too, just like the brother had brought out earlier in Second Ezra, man. Hey, they're gonna consume, all right, what the Lord have commanded to consume, man. All right, so with that being said, that fire is not going to be quenched, okay? So with that being said, the Lord said his word shall not return to your voice. So everything that the Lord Yahweh have commanded is going to come to pass, man. No ifs, ands, buts about it.
This is Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 28. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord, thou shalt none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord Yahweh Yahushai.
So come on, man. Hey, the Lord Yahweh Yahushai word should not be prolonged anymore, man. So therefore, the things that you're seeing being spoken on, they're coming to pass, man. Earthquakes in diverse places, wars, rumors of wars, people getting out here rioting, man. Hey, these things are going on. All right, escalation between different countries, man.
You know what I'm saying? I want that precept, the Baki Shah, where it says, my word shall not return to me void.
This is Ezekiel chapter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 16. It says, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and I will break your staff of bread.
Man, he said he gonna break the staff of bread, man. It's gonna be famine out here, man. All right, it's gonna be cannibal. How you say it? Cannibalization, man. All these people that you see, you know what I'm saying, big hunky wolves, people, man, they gonna have a huge appetite. You know what I'm saying, people gonna be eating them as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, think of the things of old, man. You're supposed to dwell on the Lord. That's gonna bring out the fear of the Lord. The Lord's gonna make you fear him, man.
And just like you said, the evil arrows of famine, man, just like the precept that the brother was speaking on earlier in second Ezra, all right? Hey, like as a mighty archer shooting that arrow, the arrow turned not backwards from which it's shot from. So hey, that arrow of famine has been shot and it's not coming back until it's being done what it has been commanded to do, man. All right, consume 2/3 of our people and also these heathens.
This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 11. Start at verse 10. Verse 10. It says, for as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and return not hither, but water the earth and make it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
Man. So these things these things are for the Lord's judgment, man. It's going to be made manifest in that day. All right? You know what I'm saying? Man, it's going to be made manifest for that day. Because it was spirits created for vengeance as well. The Lord have everything set. You know what I'm saying? It's just a time. It's just a time thing, man. Ecclesiastes 3:3.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, waiting for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Man, it will not tarry. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. You know what I'm saying? Everything that was written inside the book of life, man, inside the book. All right? Everything that was written inside the book, man, is going to come to pass. You know what I'm saying? We see it coming. We see the families, we see the uproars of the people. So we just waiting for everything to be manifest, man. I'm still waiting on the major prophecies. All right, goodbye.
Next thing they're about to do is what? We're the church. All right. We talked about that.
Oh, you took it?
This is Amos chapter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Man, it's darkness and not light, man. Once these things be sent, right? People used to have that great time. You know what I'm saying? A great time at these big events like Rolling Loud and these Calabasas and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Going dancing in Cancun, man. You know what I'm saying? It was times are up. This being the time of the Lord's vengeance. The Lord is revealing his chariots, man. The Lord got America shook with the host of heaven. You know what I'm saying? You got droughts in America, man. You got wildfires. You got all these things coming to pass.
If I may add on, shit, you hit all the different grocery stores, man. You got diaper shortages. Coca-Cola going on strike because they're not getting paid enough. You know how niggas love their soda, man. They can't get it, all right? So that's the chain reaction. It's gonna cause people to get angry, all right? Why? Because they can't get the things that they want, not the things that they need. But if they want something, shit, that's gonna mess with them, man.
I'm saying everything that you see in these damn movies, like The Purge, all this shit gonna come true. It's coming to pass, man. You know what I'm saying? Predictive programming, man. They just rounding up the people, having them in that mindset like I gotta go get it. It's either you or me. You know what I'm saying? It's man, it's a free fall in that day. That's the spirit the Lord gonna have these people.
This is Deuteronomy 32:22. And this already happened to the children of Israel, but it's going to happen to 2/3 of our people again. For a fire is kindled in my anger. So that's what this is all about, the anger of the Lord. And he said the plagues are sent. It's talking about because of his anger. His wrath is going to be sent. And within those plagues, he has different options. What's that? The teeth of beasts, the missiles, famine. All right. For a fire is kindled in my anger, it shall burn unto the lowest hell. That lets you know that it's about to be all hell right here on the earth. This is where hell is at on the earth. That's why you hear that term when all hell break loose. All right? Because hell is being held back right now by the angels. But all hell about to break loose. We off the chain. For a fire is kindled in my anger, it shall burn into the lowest hell. All right, so it's going to consume utterly.
and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set, see, as the earth increases in wickedness, all right, and the Edomites, the so-called white man and Caucasian, and 2/3 of our people, they increase in what? In riches and wealth. In order to say what? When knowledge is increased. Through knowledge increasing, so do the imaginations. Which will bring about what? Devices and shit, technology. So he's going to consume all of that as well. And set on fire the foundations of the mountains. So the Lord going to set on fire the foundation of these governments. I will heap mischiefs upon them. I will spin mine arrows upon them. All right. And ultimately, the arrows are the missiles. All right. But in this sense, he's talking about the arrows being the plagues. And they shall be burnt with hunger. See that? That's the burning he's talking about there. All right. From these arrows. Just like in the kingdom, the Edomites going to be burnt with the same hunger. All right. And devoured with the burning heat. And with bitter destruction. So that's what's going to come with it. Ultimately, the missile. And I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them, with the poison of serpents of the dust, the sword without and terror within. All right, so you try to go outside, it's going to be hell. You try to go inside, it's going to be hell. You go into the concentration camp or the hospital, it's going to be hell. You go into your church, it's going to be hell there. Out to the streets, you know, it's going to be hell on the street.
What is it? Evil teeth and wild beasts. Right. Come on, man. You got just the other day they got land laws for spitting venom and shit, man, over in Texas. You know, so hey, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh is nothing to play with.
Right, man. They got malaria, all these damn mosquitoes and shit. Right? They creating mosquitoes.
Man, yeah, I think it was just like either 10,000 or 100,000 that they just released. Hey, oh yeah, come, hey, dead on the head right here in Florida, man.
Wow. Yeah, man. So, you know, and that's just it. What's going to happen? People have to go out and live in the streets. And when there's less traffic and less work on the road, the animals start going out, moving around more. And when they get bit by a snake, they're going to be forced to go to the hospital. And you know what they're going to do to you there. Go ahead, brother.
Good. Just like the elders just said, man. Hey, people will be forced to live out on the streets. Just read an article for this month. Hey, it's over 8,000, 9,000 people that's going to be evicted on July 31st, man. So with that being said, it's going to cause chaos, man.
Rental crisis.
Wow.
Yep. They shall be burnt with hunger and devoured with burning heat and with bitter destruction. That's America. America is known as what? Bitter. And I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them with the poison of serpents of the dust. You already know where that's coming from. Poison. The sword without and terror within shall destroy both the young man and the virgin, the young woman, the suckling, also the man of gray hairs, man. So old and young, so rich and poor, they're gonna be caught up in this shit that's coming, man. All right, that's all the anger of the Lord. That's the focus of it. See, the plague, but where did the plagues come from? They come from the anger of the Lord, His wrath.
And which also shows you that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh is not to respect the person, and it doesn't matter who you are.
Right, and what do you say? We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high and low places. And the Lord said His anger gonna burn down to the lowest hell. So you damn average Joe Edomites, the Lord gonna get you too.
He really gonna show you how to do it, man. You know how y'all call all both small and great. He's gonna show you all both small and great too, man. Right. With no respect to person.
Right, man. Little hell boy, little baby. Lord gonna get him too. The lowest hell.
This is second Esdras, back at chapter 15, verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. So this place is going to mourn. This place is going to suffer serious bad times or evil times. The foundation of this place is going to be smitten, meaning the Lord going to destroy this place from the rooter to the tutor. Right? He's not going to.
What were the foundations of it? The spirits that leaped out of the mouth of the frog, or the dragon, like a frog. Their banking system, their religion, the religious system. That they made a lot of money off of that. What else? The military, the police, the policing department. So all of that's breaking down right in front of our face, man. The Lord said he's going to turn back our captivity before our eyes. And ultimately, he's going to bring that destruction. Right, bro?
But it says, and this is the punishment of Yahweh that the Most High is going to bring upon this place. This place is deserving of the wrath of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Because this place was built on the blood and the sweat and the tears of our people. You know, Jake's still trying to, you know, hold on to it, but it's like a house of cards. Once a house of cards start falling, it's going to fall. You can't save nothing. It's going down. This is Sirach chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on short strikes, strokes in the time of destruction. They pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So basically, that's going in backing up what the elder had just brought out, man. This is all the vengeance of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. All right, and he's coming to bring judgment upon the whole earth. So you better be hopeful that you're caught up in his mercy, not caught up in his destruction. It says, verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. And that's ultimately to destroy, because the Lord had to destroy this filthy and perverse place in order to set up his new kingdom upon the ashes, man. Just like how I said, X-Men Apocalypse, we will destroy this world and build a foundation of our own of a righteous world on their ashes. So that's what you're witnessing happening right now. So you're gonna witness the destruction of this place. And if you have your mind taken away from this place, ultimately, if you're one of the elect, your body will be taken out of this place for the destruction to come, and you'll be placed in we'll be placed in our own land in a righteous sense.
Right, because if not, this place will be destroyed, and your mind and your ass will be destroyed with it. Right. If you got your mind in this place, and it's starting to fall, then you falling right with it. What's that called? Anxiety. What's that called? Depression. All right. What's that called? Lack of faith. Fear. All right. It's gonna break you down, man.
This is Amos chapter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 4. It says, "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, unto the house of Israel, seek ye me, and ye shall live."
Seek ye him. All right, that's the only way we can be covered. That's the only way we have protection. You know what I'm saying? It says in Psalms that he will compassion with a shield. All right, that's for those that follow him, that puts his trust in him, that fear him, man. All right, the 2/3 and these heathens, they don't have that shield. They don't believe in the Lord. They don't have that.
And without that covering, that's what brings fear upon you, because you have no understanding on why the destruction is come. If you have the understanding, if you have the Holy Spirit, you're helping to hasten in the day of the destruction, because you know without Yahweh Hashem Yahushua putting these things in order, respective order, that this will go on forever. That the Lord has to put a stop for this in order for us to really experience what living is. All right, if you're in the congregation of the dead, you're gonna want this to continue forever. Why you want this society to go on when the people around the world are mourning, man? People are dying, you know, of different illness and sickness. All right, fishes and drawn up to the shores are dead. You know, birds dropping out the air, dead from different diseases, man, sickness and illness, man. Radio wave. Gone from the radio race, because the whole back then they was talking about the whole 5G towers, you know, but they still putting them up. You know, radiation is not good for the body anyway. But they'll still use stuff like that. They'll still use stuff like that to complete their enterprise. They'll call that a casualty of war. You have to have some casualty to bring forth a promising thing. And that's their logic on it. Some people have to die in order for their agenda to come across. Same thing with the Lord too, though.
You gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet. It's literally like that what it's called the pot in the frog situation, man. You know what I'm saying? They literally cooking us at a low level, literally, with the radiation, man. Because that's the shit that you use in the microwave, you know? So shit, they literally cooking 2/3 of our people, and also these heat that's not taking heat. All right, because scripture say we're not ignorant of Satan devices, man. You know, so hey, 2/3 of our people is heathen, man. They're constantly being led to the slaughter, man, by Esau.
Right. Hebrews 11:29. By faith, they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, which the Egyptians are saying to do.
So imagine when Moses parted the Red Sea, right? And you seen water on each side, and you're asked to walk through that narrow path of dry land that was provided to you by the Lord. If you have fear in your heart, you're going to be subject to walk. You're not going to want to walk through that path. It goes the same way right now spiritually.
Mind you, it said those heathens tried to do it too.
Fine.
They failed.
They failed.
And they drowned. By faith, they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land. See, that's like us walking through this hell that's not being touched by fire. All right, just like the brothers that was in the
Azariah, Hananiah, and Mishael. Right. And they said
whom they know as
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Right.
That's their slave names. And that goes to prove that we got to get all that type of mentality from among us as a nation of a people, so we can understand the calling and the beckoning of Yahweh.
Right, they got a point right here. Hebrews 11:30. By faith, the walls of Jericho fell down after they were compassed 7 days.
Right, so they completed the walks around Jericho, the marks around Jericho, and after that they gave a great shout. And that when they gave that great shout and they obeyed the commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, those walls came crumbling down on Jericho. And that was known throughout that whole land and made all the surrounding nations terrified of the children of Israel because of the works that Yahweh Shem Yahushua had done for us. And it's going to be even more in that time when our deliverance comes so far than they all could believe. Like the elder said earlier, they're going to have to they're going to start disclosing information on what they call UFOs, meaning the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All these are part of those plagues, man, that are sent out. All right, so the Lord's sending all these plagues out to destroy this nation right here. These nations and the foundation that has set up, and 2/3 of our people fall under that category.
Right, and he's backing us up because you have the prophecies. That's the prophecies. Us prophesying is the marching around Jericho 7 times. All right. So us prophesying, and the Lord bring about the prophecies to break down the foundations of this place of Esau.
All
right. Go ahead, good brother.
And that's the spirit of the Lord. All right, like the scripture says, the spirit of the Lord is the spirit of prophecy. So we come in the spirit of Yahweh Shah to prophesy against his downfall. This is Revelation chapter 22, and I'm gonna start at verse 7. It says, "Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keep the sayings of the prophecy of this book." And that's what we are doing, man. When you see from Apostle all the way down, we keeping the prophecies of the sayings of this book. That's why we come out and prophesy and saying the Lord is going to destroy this place, man. Because according to the prophecies, what's all going on around the world, the prophecies are being fulfilled. We're seeing the plagues, all right. We're seeing famine in different areas, all right. We're seeing the arrows that's going to be shot on this earth. We see the other nations building them, all right. The Lord said, "What? He's going to have the smith
And the coals, man." So the prophecies are speaking. We seeing it, man. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 49. "I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it already be kindled?"
And that go back to what Yahweh Shai said, man. "Think not that I come to send peace on earth, but a sword," man. All right, and the fire has already been kindled, man. So when the Lord comes, he's going to even intensify that thing, man.
That's that fire that's burning down to the lowest hell.
God.
And he ain't coming to put it out. That's coming to ignite it. He's coming to fan it.
God.
We already fanning the fire, and then the fire intensifies even more when you see these prophecies coming out.
God, like the Hebrew word.
Let me tell you something.
Like the Hebrew word for fire, ash, man. Like the Gadites used to say ash, fire. The Lord is going to bring fire upon this land, man.
Yeah, actually, that was a Hebrew word, ash.
God.
That'd be awesome.
Job 20 and 27, 28. "The heaven should reveal his iniquity, and the earth should rise up against him. The increase of his house should depart, and his goods should flow away in the day of his wrath."
And so that's when Satan should go to fill his belly, right? All right, the Lord's gonna make him regurgitate all that stuff that he's been trying to put in with them, right? And he's gonna have to give it unto the just, man. And all that stuff he's trying to heap up unto himself is going to be a witness against him when the Lord shows up. All right, so that's what we have to look forward to. We want to see the foundation of this place be torn down. We want to see the deliverance of our people through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And we understand the casualties that have to go forth because of that. We understand 2/3 of our people just won't get it. All right, they won't get it. Just like Birth of a Nation. What did Nat Turner say? He said, "How many of y'all want y'all freedom?" And they all raised their hands. And he said, "How many of y'all are willing to do whatever to get y'all freedom?" Only half of them raised their hand. So the ones that raised their hands, he told the ones that raised their hands to kill the ones that didn't raise their hands, because you got to get rid of them, because they're going to be getting in the way of you trying to get to your freedom. And that's what 2/3 of our people are here to do today, because they're going contrary to the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So within that, they have to be destroyed.
Second Ezra 8:1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few.
So it's only going to be a few that were chosen of the first fruits that are going to enter into that threshold. You know how they do the marriage? They carry you over the threshold. All right, we're the bride ordained as virgins unto as chaste virgin unto Yahweh Shai, who is going to be carried over to the threshold, meaning coming out of those chariots into our new land, in our new refurbished land, Jerusalem, man. New Jerusalem coming down from heaven.
I will tell thee a similitude, Ezra, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that the gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this precious present world.
All right, so if you go back to the there's a show that we were watching called America and Mankind. It shows how America came along. And you had the gold rush thing. They'll take all this dirt and scoop it into this little thing, right? And they'll sift it out just to find a couple of little small particles of gold. And that's what you're witnessing happening right now through the spirit with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. He's sifting through his people, right? He has to sift through all nations to find his people that are worthy to inherit the kingdom with them, with his dear son.
Right.
And it's like,
and the elect are the gold.
Con.
And there's more of us in heaven than there is on earth.
Con.
The heavenly places, the angels, you know, just like there's more gold in heaven than there is on earth.
Con.
So that makes us what? Precious.
Con. Con.
Right. Verse 3. There be many created, but few shall be saved.
And that's just it, man. So it's many people that are trying to get what they call a piece of the pie in this kingdom right here. But it's only a few that have turned their back, and they look at the grander scheme of things, and they have the understanding of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, so they don't want anything from this kingdom. And if you got money or whatnot, yeah, that's cool. But as long as you have a good heart towards the Lord, and you're gonna praise Him and give thanksgiving unto Him on a daily basis. So it ain't about what you have on this side; it's about where your spirit lies. Because where your heart is, that's where your treasure shall be also, man.
Because the money that you want is this wisdom, man.
Right.
The money, the real money is this wisdom and knowledge and understanding of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. All right, don't get caught up in the monopoly game, man.
Oh, that's it.
And now when we say what the world to come for few, in this world for many, well, this is really talking about the children of Israel. That the Lord ain't worrying about these nations. Isaiah 10:20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote him. So that day, the elect are not going to be stayed upon Esau. Because the Lord put a curse upon our people and said, what? We're going to go to them for the one of all things.
Right.
But now we're in the time where we got to pull away from them.
And you're witnessing that happening right now. Because what does it say? I think it says James chapter 1. It says, "Be in all things, be patient, and have patience, have your perfect works, that you may be entire, wanting nothing." So as we enter into the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we have no wants for anything, because we have the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, who's ultimately going to provide for us everything.
Right. What are they offering now? Soon you got to make a choice if you want any type of subsidies, if you want food stamps, if you want a job. See that? These are all things we got through Esau. I mean, really from Yahweh, but like being over here in America. So we've reached the point to where they're saying you got to make a choice or die. You want this or that. What they call normalcy.
Yeah.
But the Lord saying He gonna get things back to normal for you. He's our provider, our caretaker. Go ahead, bro.
And just like the other was
He said, "How should I take the wheel?"
it's already starting, all right. It's not small, but basically on a small scale point they're trying to get to, which is that RFID chip, man. So basically, when if you want to register for unemployment, they basically saying shit, you got to register yourself for facial recognition. You know, so hey, shit. With that being said, they want you in their database. All right, if they ain't got you now, they want your ass in there today.
All right, man. Got me finish it real quick. It says, but they shall stay upon Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. All right, in truth, man. Not just calling yourself an Israelite. You're gonna stay upon Yahweh in truth, not calling yourself a Christian. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God. So how do we return to him? We stay according to the truth. All right, those that worship him in spirit and in truth. Go ahead, bro.
Chapter 12, verse 1. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. So it says, remember thy creator while you in that youth, you know, seek him early while he is found. All right. I'm going to skip down to verse 3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the window be darkened. So in those times of Jacob's trouble, which we are going gradually into, all right, those grinding days, those waking up early morning to get their bread, to get their money, it's going to be no more, all right? The dollar is going to be collapsed by that time, all right?
They got all the unemployment numbers in. Yep, they stopped giving out that money. Now the unemployment numbers coming in. So get ready for a crash. Get ready for high prices at the stores. You want a piece of loaf of bread, it's gonna be like $50, and then you're gonna have to get that in your jaw. Get a piece of bread.
May I add on? Here recently, I went to the base, NAS Jacks, with my uncle because he's retired Air Force. Now, of course, you know Jake love to eat they crab and they shrimp and they lobster or whatever. Well, he was basically like, I remember when I used to come to the base and get a whole pound of crab legs for $6. He said, "Nice doggone $21 and some change." It's already It's already inflation. The hyperinflation is already here. It just ain't hit the stores yet. You know, as hard as it is hitting in other places. But even on the base right now, everything that used to be cheap that everybody could get for the low, all that stuff is at least $30, $40 now. Something that used to cost like $6 or $7.
That's coming through sanctions. That's coming from sanctions from China and Russia. You're playing that on Trump and Biden. Bring up your point.
It's gradually hitting the stores too, like the brother was saying, man. Because hey, you go in there, shit, you got bread gradually going up, shit. Matter of fact, your boy Kanye West, shit, he threw a little party and he was charging his food damn $50 for damn chicken tenders, man.
He's charging people $130.
Hey, wow. There you go. Hey, shit. He already equipped, so shit. There you go for the inflation, man. All right, you see your popcorn and shit going up gradually week by week in the grocery store, man.
Hey, but in addition to that, with him, that's also greed.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, and you're gonna see that greed increase. That greed is gonna turn into, imagine somebody greedy like that having to do that to survive. Then they gonna turn into an animal on you, boy.
You get next season.
Oh, whoa. Imagine, hold on, where you at?
Yeah, the damn there you go. Hey, you get your Hana.
Hold on. Yeah. So imagine them in that time.
Look at him. Look at this dude. Look at your boy. His name Bubble Eyes. Look at him.
Gotta zoom in on that. You know what I'm talking about? Focus.
Yes, okay.
So imagine those individuals. What are they gonna tell their congregation? Get it how you live. Because I got mine, and he's gonna continue to get his. Why? Because they're gonna get all they had to do to be conformed to this beast system, so they don't have to go through affliction. What did he say? Tribulation ain't gonna come? Didn't he say that? Yeah. What he meant to say, tribulation gonna come for him because he's gonna do everything he needs necessary in order to abide by Esau's system. Pretty much, man.
Hey, man. I got appreciate it. Real fast. Acts 14:22, confirming the confirming the souls of the disciples, and that's what we're doing today, and exhorting them to continue in the faith. And that's what we're doing. We're exhorting each other daily to continue. That's the whole point. To keep continuing in the faith to the end. All right. And that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. So that's what we got to get prepared for. Through much tribulation, we're going to enter into the kingdom, man. So all hell going to be breaking loose out here. We might be caught in it for a while to get tested. You know?
And what happened during the time?
No, go ahead.
What happened during the time of Acts when after Peter them got their powers, they experienced great tribulation, but they rejoiced that they were able to go through those great tribulations for the Lord, man. Right. So if you're gonna go through it, have a sole purpose of going through it, man. If it's a test of your faith, it's also initially be a faith booster. It's like the Day of Atonement. I remember my first Day of Atonement. I didn't think I was going to be able to make it through, but the fact that I made it through was another booster of faith. So be able to make it through tribulations and being thankful to be able to go through those tribulations in the name of Yahweh Shai are also faith boosters, man.
Good. Like Elder said, shit, go look for that fire, man. Like you could say, pray for a few days, shit. We got to go through to get through it.
Right, man. That's right. Pray for a few days. That's right.
Because you ultimately, God looks for the fire because he wants to be purified. So he wants everything that needs to be purged out of you for the Lord shows up. So if you're going through some affliction, take mindful notes of that affliction you're going through and see if there's anything you can learn off of that. Because you want to be purely purged as much as you can when Yahweh Shai shows up, man, when the angels do the reaping.
Yeah, you should take your chance time to mature.
Done.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, and set thy heart aright. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
That last end, time of trouble. Those are key words, key points in that scripture alone. Don't give haste in the time of troubles and be patient till that last end, man. So we're almost at the end, our last end, meaning we're not going to have to go through these afflictions anymore, man, because the Lord promised us. So with that being said, when the fire gets hot, that means the purging is being done, right, and the cleansing is being done. So the hotter the fire get, the closer we into the end of this thing, man.
In 2nd Ezra, chapter 2, verse 13. Go and ye shall receive. Pray for few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Why?
Good.
Because the Lord said he was going to shorten the days for the elect's sake, man. So these prophecies that we seeing are speeding up. That's why more chariot sightings are coming out. Esau talking about revealing more secrets about the so-called UFOs that they call UFOs when they are the chariots of Israel, man. All right. So these different prophecies are coming out because the Lord is shortening up the time so you can be able to come back, man.
And the main part about that is what? Pray.
Yes.
You gotta do it, man. Pray for a few days. Do what he's asking. Do what the scriptures say. Yeah. Everybody that's in the truth, the Lord is literally open to our prayers right now. You gotta keep mindful of that. He's literally open to our prayers right now. So you should be praying for a few days. We should all do that, man.
Yes. Yes. Don't ego trip when it comes to praying to the Lord. There's nothing wrong with that. Praying for a few days. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get out of here. And it's nothing wrong with having endurance either. So it's a balance between the two. Yeah, we'll suffer as long as we have to, but also within that, we'll pray for shorter days. Because and Yahweh Shai is praying for the same thing. Like he's at the edge of his seat, waiting to come down here, waiting for Yahweh to give him the word to come down here and destroy this place, man. It's not like he's sitting up there eating popcorn, chilling and relaxing. No. Because he said he wants to rejoice and commune with us. He said he's not going to drink of the wine any longer.
You seen that angel earlier, that possible angel when that video I did? Man, you see how the angel look or that face look?
Yeah.
It looked mad. It looked like I want to show myself. Imagine that, having all that power and that glory or that light or righteousness, whatever you know out there. That's why the Lord said that. I would that those that believe in me could be where I am. He want to show himself. He want to show what the Lord gave him. But he's sitting here watching our nation on earth praising the devil, Esau, following his ways. He got to sit back and watch that. The Lord, Yahweh is doing that to build that up in him, man, for that wrath. That dead wrath.
He gets pissed off even more.
So you gotta watch it from a distance. He can't show himself because he left that to Yahweh. Yahweh left that to himself. For the day and the hour when he's gonna send Yahweh.
It's just like how when scripture say, "Wait ye upon me to rise up against the prey, man."
Now I was saying, you can make a point of view.
Because it's like shit. Our anger can't equate to the Lord Yahweh Shah's anger, man. You know, he's constantly sitting up there, like the elder said, hey, gotta hold back, all right, until that time is given to him to come down, man. So shit, you got people disrespecting you and your authority down here, shit. What more of you to be more angry, man? You know, it makes you more angry because it feel like you're being tried, and you know what you're capable of and what you can't do, man. And so when that time has come, shit, all hell will go break loose by the way of the Lord Yahweh Shah.
And our anger can't equate to his anger, and our wrath can't equate to his wrath either. So we can get mad as all we want. What the hell we gonna do? Just be mad. We gotta wait for our power to show up. Man, listen, I recorded a news clip yesterday for a lesson that I want to do. Man, a news anchor person interviewed a Baltimore police officer, a retired Baltimore police officer, and he said, "Listen, man, they send us into the white neighborhoods, but we don't want to arrest any of them because they might be somebody of power. So we go into those black neighborhoods and we arrest them because they have no power." Come on, plain and simple. All these other nations know we don't have any power. So what? We can get mad all we want to. What we gonna do? We can't do nothing but wait upon our power, man.
First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 59. This is Judas Maccabees talking to his army before they're about to go out there on the next day in battle, and they have a very, very small army, and they're about to battle like thousands or hundreds of thousands of people. And it says, "For it is better for us to die in battle than to behold the calamities of our people and our sanctuary. Nevertheless, as the will of Yahweh is in heaven, so let him do." And as the will of Yahweh is in heaven, so let him do. The will of Yahweh is gonna play out whether you want to or not, whether you're aware of it or not. It's gonna play out. All right, it's better for us to not die in the spiritual battle that we're doing right now, but it's better for us to fight this battle, to live and to wake up the other Akim in this battle, so that we can stop seeing the degradation of our people.
I mean, even if you die in this spiritual battle that's going on right now, and if you die in the truth, you're gonna be glorified from that moment, waiting on everybody else to be delivered. So to die is gain, especially if you know what I'm saying. If you die doing the works of the Lord, you can't lose, man.
Quick interjection, back you up.
All right, this is Romans chapter 12, verse 1. "I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service." A reasonable service. So present your bodies as a living sacrifice. So we put our bodies, our flesh out here because they can consume the flesh all they want. But the spirit is what drove the flesh to come out here and do this work. Our bodies didn't drive us out here. The spirit was placed upon us for us to come and look our oppressor in the face and give the message from the Father, from the Son, to these devils, man.
Right.
And we were like,
no, he's not cutting you off, sorry, man. But he's saying what? The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. There, brother. That's the battle. And then the bar, I think.
It's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, starting at verse 3. "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds." I wanted to get that too, because the brother was saying, we have no power on this side carnally, man. You could pick up guns, you could protest, but throughout history, they have shown that Esau shut that down real quick, man. But we got the spiritual power through these scriptures, man. They can't shut this truth down, man. You know, this is our power. We could come out here and testify, our strength according to these scriptures, man.
Marching around Jericho. We digging up the foundation with this, man.
hey,
with this word.
what makes an individual want to test somebody up physically? A lot of times that's fear. All right, so the spirit that's within Esau, fear is the spirit that's within Jake. Y'all don't even know the warfare that's going on. So they got to devour us carnally for us not to react spiritually. As long as we stay in that carnal state of mind, they feel safer. But when we rise up spiritually as a nation of people, that's when that fear is filled in them. That's why they're going to get even more carnal, because the spirit that's within them, spirits of fear, the spirit that's within inside us, man.
Just like the movie Birth of a Nation you were speaking on earlier, man. They didn't like that. Brother Nat Turner was speaking according to the scriptures, not according to their doctrine, but through the Lord. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh, man. You know, hey, one thing they don't like is a nigga that know how to read. Even to this day, you want to hide anything from a man, put it in the book. All right, to this day, our people are still in that same type of mindset, man. They rather go out here and be ignorant instead of read, man.
That might be on that topic.
This is Proverbs 15 and 14. It says, the heart of him that have understanding seeketh knowledge, but the mouth of fools feedeth on foolishness.
Right, so we're supposed to seek this knowledge, not just any knowledge, not the Masons, not the damn universities, not the churches, Christianity. All right, we're supposed to seek this knowledge, the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the laws that Moses gave, right? The spiritual law, the law of faith, and who? Yahushua. That's what we're supposed to learn, right?
That's the first wisdom that was ever around. That's the original wisdom. Before any thought of man was came around, that spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, ultimate true wisdom, was here before the foundation of the universe was here. So with that being said, that's what we seek after, because there's nothing that can compare to it.
Right. Oh, there, brother. I wait there. That's a lot. That's a
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 19.
Right.
The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
All right, so now we're fighting a spiritual battle. Yeah, so we fight against Masonic lodges and things like that. We tell our people, and then the people, our people that are of Israel, that are in these Masonic fraternities, right, don't even understand that you have the Prince Hall and the Scottish Rite. They won't allow y'all in the Scottish Rite, but they'll allow y'all in the Prince Hall. You won't see man dark skin in the Scottish Rites, because guess what? They segregated you guys to push their own agenda. You know?
And that just shows how wicked and stupid our people is, man. Some shit that you not even allowed to be in, you want to go be in some other shit that's a branch of it just to be accepted, man.
Who's the top one?
Albert Pike. Yeah, there you go.
He said in his book, Morals of Dogma,
man. He said, the day I let a nigga in, the damn Scottish Rite is the day I leave, man. And y'all still want to get in there.
Morals of Dogma, he said they worship their god Lucifer. So I don't care who it is. If you're in the Masonry, you talk to the top 33rd degree Masons, they won't tell you who you worship until you get to that level. And then they'll hit you with it. You know you've been worshiping the devil this whole time. You might as well continue. You got these pictures of you. You got this on you. Right, brother.
Same way our people want to be a part of Mason, known as Luciferian. That's the same spirit our people in, trying to be a part of America, trying to have rights, trying to have laws that better fit them and stuff like that, trying to have 401ks,
that would be more so like our people trying to be in these fraternities and these secret societies. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to talk, don't want it. I'm about to crash it, but take it back.
I take it back. Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a nice day.
If you want to talk, we can talk, but don't do that. That's how the devil do.
Yeah, they try to creep in unaware. So he gonna try to come in on the side and slide with it, you know what I'm saying? Real quick. But nah. See, that's how they do, man. That's the spirit of the devil. For real. That's what you use it as a coaster. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Do that, take it home.
Yeah, come on. So with that being said, man, knowing that the people that are speaking are right up here in the front, right? Why would you want to try to catch the attention of somebody? That's just like he been in the military. He been in the military. If you're in formation, you go to the head of that formation. You don't talk to anybody that's in the lower rows of the formation. You don't talk to anybody like that. That goes against order, but he don't respect our order. But if we were standing here in the military suit, he wouldn't have came to anybody standing on the side and try to pass him anything. He would have respected it.
Yeah, he don't respect us anyway. They said, let no man despise thy youth. Period. These brothers could bring out one scripture and it'll crush you. See what I'm saying? So you take that small little seed of faith, like a mustard seed, man. You can move a whole mountain. You know? And a lot of these jakes, they head so big, it's like a damn mountain.
It's solid, right?
Right, man. So one thing I wanted to make on the point we said, the Lucifer. Lucifer is basically Esau. All right, so they worship in them. damn Edomite, basically.
Edom.
Yeah. That's what the worship, man. Right? They don't respect us, man. You know, if he had any respect, he'd come up and ask us questions, talk to us, whatever. But whatever. It's all good.
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. It says, my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sadists children. They have not known. They have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. So our people are wise to do evil. Join these fraternities, these Masonic temples, all right, to do evil shit, man. All right, basically fall behind Satan, man. But they don't have no knowledge or understanding of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And when the Lord prophets show their peace unto them by giving them this word, they rejected it, man.
And bottom line, man, if you're part of a fraternity or a Masonic lodge, you did that for success. You did that to get a step up in life, man. And you're gonna realize that was your biggest downfall when it comes to Yahweh. All right, when Yahweh Shai takes the wheel, as you like to say.
So the Lord not with fraternities, not with the Masons, not with the Eastern Stars. All right, He's not dealing with none of that, man.
What it saying? My people are sottish and stupid, man. You're ignorant. You know? So with that being said, just like the brother was speaking on earlier, Black Lives Matter, just trying to be accepted, but yet you don't need to be accepted by no one here, man. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai already claimed you as as his. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be accepted by nobody, you know. And then on top of that, just like the brothers were speaking on earlier, shit about power, man. We got the most ultimate power. So what more power do we need from anybody down here? You know,
we don't need that respect. We don't need it no more.
Also, Esau's power is trying to shut a business down with paperwork and all types of little offices and shit like that.
Cunningness.
Hey,
our power is praying to the Most High to destroy him. That's it.
Hey, you know another one of Esau's power is? Are any house niggas in here? That's another. Cause you can say and do whatever the fuck you want to do right now. And what can you do? Because you powerless. Because you won't turn to your power to get this devil out of the way.
Right. What's the main power Esau got? That damn gun. Damn gun. Yosemite Sam.
Knowing when he said he was hunting rabbits, he was hunting niggers.
And that's how I started off.
You house niggas that he looking for.
Book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 58. It says, if thou would not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, thy power, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed even great plagues.
Hey man, and that's funny you brought that out, because I went back and started reading over Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers and Deuteronomy again, man. And one thing that the Lord was trying to point out to Moses that our people didn't have was patience. They couldn't wait for him to get off the mountain to get the words and the commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. They wanted Aaron to build them a golden calf for them to worship. They couldn't wait for the Lord to feed them and give us water. So they wanted to murmur against the Most High instead of waiting for his understanding and being patient. That's one thing our people that lack, patience. And you're going to find that in these times. That's why our people won't turn to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because if they do, they got to be patient. Patience is the key, man.
You see it as a whole. The women, I ain't got time to wait. The men, I need fast money now. So what more when you need salvation or need food or you're hungry or thirsty, man? You gonna try to go out here and get shit on your own, eat the abomination shit that the Lord told you not to eat. You know what I'm saying? So hey, that's what he's gonna numb you to that sword.
And that's how we know that majority of 2/3 of our people going to take the RFID chip, man. They're going to take the chip because they ain't going to have patience to wait on the Lord to step in, to intervene, to give them food in a time of trouble. You know, to step in to deliver them out of times of different situation of where they may come across death, man, or be threatened to be killed, man. So they're going to fold and receive of that tip.
And that's ultimately going to be to their destruction. Why? Because they didn't have patience. They don't want to believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to provide for them, so they're going to go to Esau for their provisions.
Right. What does the Lord say? Move down the haste.
In a time of trouble.
Time of trouble. Right. That's what gold do. Gold not going to move in haste.
They're going to sit there.
Right.
Because guess what? Because guess what? Through like, all right, do you know when let's use diamonds, right? When you have a lump of activated coal, right? What pressure and time is what makes that lump of coal turn into a diamond. And the same thing with gold. Fire and time is going to purify that gold. And that's the same thing that's happening now. But you got 2/3 of our people that are being consumed spiritually, being burned up. So they're not going to be able to be susceptible to the change that's happening right before our eyes because it's going too slow for them.
Chapter 5, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Boom. That's being still, man. That's being still and being entire and wanting nothing, walking in the spirit. And you shall not be, you know what I'm saying? You want to be aware of what's going around you in the flesh, man, because you're looking at everything spiritual, man. Like the old you see certain things and you're looking from a fleshly standpoint and you'll act upon it. But the new you, I see the spiritual value in that and you'll turn away from it if it's wicked.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh.
Right.
These are contrary to the one another.
And so what are you going to follow? Are you going to follow your flesh or are you going to follow your spirit? If you're following your Yahweh Shimi Yahushua, you're going to follow the spirit, depending on what spirit is within you. Because some of y'all are taking upon the spirit of Esau, so you're living according to the flesh.
This is Sirach chapter 5, verse 2, just to back up the brother Canuck. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart.
And man, that's so beautiful that you brought that out, because follow not thy own mind. Because what does it say in 1 Corinthians chapter 2? So we have the 2 and 16, we have the mind of Yahweh Shai. So then that's not being a natural man, that's being a spiritual man, because you're following the order of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, which is the spirit. All right?
This is Matthew chapter 26, and I'm going to start at verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak.
So watch and man, don't give heed into temptation, man. That also causes patience, man. So patience is a key thing. Like I always learned, the faster you make money, the faster you're gonna spend it, and the faster it can consume you, man. When it takes you a while to get things, you cherish them a little bit more, and you have more respect for them.
What the niggas motto is, 2/3 of our people spend the check and get it right back. You know, just like the brother just said, man. Shit, fast money, easy money.
Man, what are you doing? What are you doing though? You're willing to take that penitentiary chance again to get that money right back that you got the first time that you didn't want to hold on to. It grew up wings and flew away, man.
All right, but yet niggas don't want to go take a chance for themselves, put their life in danger. But when the scripture said, as the brothers brought out earlier, you out here and present your body as a living sacrifice. Take a chance with that, man. You know, you get the same things, but different circumstances, you know, different scenario. Shit, you might get killed out here for teaching the truth. You know what I'm saying? No servant is greater than his master. Lord Yahweh Shai went through it, so we're gonna go through it as well, man. Right. You know, it's gonna be martyrs in this truth. Shit, take a risk by saving your life, getting out here on these streets, man. On these streets.
Yeah.
Nigga would take.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
This is 2 Timothy 4 and 2. Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reproof, revoke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine.
Hey, that's what that street teacher dude that tried to tell Kurt Franklin. He say when you was in front of the whole world on the BET Awards, right? And you had 3 minutes to talk to the world, and you ain't telling them about the destruction that's coming. And Kurt Franklin replied was like, "I'm supposed to do that in 3 minutes." He's like, "Yeah." You know what I would do if I had 3 minutes to talk to the world? I would let the people. He said I would tell the world that same verse. Read it again. He said, "Be in season and out of season." All right, because we're supposed to be prophesying, preaching, reproving. That's what we're supposed to be doing to these people. Let them know the destruction is about to come.
It's the book of 2 Timothy 4 and 2. Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season.
So no matter what platform you're on, always be willing to preach the Lord, man.
Reprove, revoke, exhort with all long suffering.
With all long suffering. See, these individuals that Kurt Franklin knows, if he was to do that on the BET Awards, yeah, he would know that if he did that on the BET Awards, he would lose all his platforms, lose all his fan base, and lose all his money and he would have to enter into that long suffering, but he's not willing to enter into that long suffering for the Lord, man. So he wants his reward right now. And so he's gonna go after the lust of the flesh, man. Precepts.
Earlier, y'all was talking about food and the famines that's coming up. So I want to bring this out real quick. This is Matthew chapter 14, verse 16. But Yahushua said unto them, they need not depart, give ye them to eat. And they say unto him, we have here but 5 loaves and 2 fishes. He said, bring them hither to me. And he commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass, and took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and brake, and gave the loaves to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. And they all did eat and were filled. And they took up the fragments that remained, 12 baskets full. And they that had eaten were about 5,000 men, beside women and children. And straightway Yahushua constrained his disciples to get into his ship and go before him unto the other side, while he sent the multitudes away. So with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, Yahushua was able to not allow a multitude of 5,000 people, women and children, not only to eat, but to eat and be filled in the time that they were in. How much more is he going to give to us in the times to come?
And to add on to that, it wasn't the fact that he fed them with physical bread, but he was able to teach the whole multitude. He couldn't send them away without them getting full, man. He gave them, not only did he fill them physically, but he was able to give them the word continuously as they were eating.
And he was able to show that the Father could feed us. And the famine with nothing. Right. This is John 14:12. Verily I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go to my Father.
So you see, you're witnessing through the internet. We're still in that same spirit of feeding the people, man.
No, I mean, what I'm trying to say is, when all hell breaks loose, be looking for that, for the Lord to give you the ability to turn water into wine, to turn a loaf of rock to bread. You know, make sure you ain't being delusional. Not like you're being teeth out, like you shipwrecked or something. But the thing is, like, yeah, we already given the bread, but also physically, the Lord gonna give his men spiritual power, man. In the time of Jacob's trouble, you know. And it's just about if we're going to be in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter of Jacob's trouble. You know, so hey man, if you're being tested, I would look for it in the fourth quarter. You got the wheel every time. Yeah,
Back in Amos chapter 5, want me to start from the top again? Verse 18.
This is Haggai 1:6. Ye have sown, just to back you up again, Zaria. In contrast, you know, 2/3 what they're going to do. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put them in a bag with holes.
And that's basically.
So the faith of 2/3 is a full shelf at Walmart. That's their faith. That's their hope. That they go into Walmart or any type of other store and the shelves will be full and they'll have the ability to pay for it and everything cool. But our faith, Yahweh, Yahushua, all these stories, all this truth, knowledge, and wisdom, this is our faith and hope.
God, what scripture say? Shit, look at the generations of old, man. You know, so hey, looking at back before times, all right, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua told the prophets before us, which is us, to the spirit of the prophets, subject to the prophets, all right. Hey, what more in these times, man? He's always going to continually have our back. Sirach 4:28, strive for the truth to death, and the Lord shall fight for you. So fight for the Lord, he's going to fight for us, man. You know, literally fight your ass off. He's going to fight for us. He's going to uphold his end of the bargain. So we definitely got to hold ours, man. That scripture says, he that endures to the end, the same shall be saved, man. And so shit, we got to hold on to our end.
Our faith comes from, we want to go into Walmart and see the shelves empty. That's where our faith comes in, because we going to take a picture of that and put it in the group chat and put in an emoji talking about feeling excited. Like, for real. We're almost out of here. That's how faith comes in, man. We want to see the shelves empty. We want to see turmoil out. We want to see the Lord do his work that he promised to do. We don't want to hold him back from that. We want to see his power, man.
I want to see FEMA camps, tanks, warning,
All that.
pride being broken,
Houses getting ravaged and kicked in for lack of bread.
women in shame, men of the Lord with smiles on their faces, angels and chariots in the sky during daylight.
And you know how funny it is for Floyd Money Mayweather run up to you, please, I need help, bro. What's thought you was somebody though.
Hey,
You know?
yeah.
You got them hands.
Hey, man, he gonna eat them hands when that shit goes down. Like, our faith comes in. We want to see our brothers with spiritual powers healing people and stuff like that. That's what we want to see. We want to see our nation healed. That's where our faith, and Yahweh is the only ones that are going to be able to do that, man. You know?
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 21. It says, marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich. So we continue in this work, we'll continue to abide in the Lord Yahweh Shai, all right, presenting up as a living sacrifice, you know, give a charity to our people, all right, it's a sure reward that we will get, you know.
So if we continue to abide in our work, hey, those tables are surely going to turn, man. See, we're not going to envy what the hell 2/3 got going on, what these heathens got going on. Why? Because we're going to continue to abide in our work, man. That's why Scripture says, hate not labor is work. Why? Because work that we pushing out is going to be a reward for it, man. And that reward is going to be salvation. All right. Being one with the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, literally, physically.
I want to back him up on this real quick. They say continue in our labor, right? Now, labor, the labor, if you understand the scriptures, labor represents the fruit. All right. He said, what? We're supposed to bear fruit. That's what? The fruit represents the works. Okay. Let's get this real quick.
All right. This is Mark chapter 11, verse 12.
All right. He said, continue in their labor. That's the fruit, the works.
It says, on the morrow when they would come from Bethany, he was hungry, and seeing a fig tree far off having leaves, he came.
Right, a fig tree far off. That would be people like Yohanan and them, knowing that they're Israelites. All right, that's the fig leaves. Okay, having the understanding that you're an Israelite, or having the wisdom. But go ahead. All right.
He came, if happily he found it, he might find anything thereon. And when he came to it, he found nothing but leaves.
He found nothing but leaves. So that's like what? Hiding your candle under a bushel. Knowing that you're Israelite, knowing who Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is. So you have them leaves for the healing of our people, but you have no fruit. You have no works. So he said you're supposed to continue in the work. Why? So your tree will bear fruit when he shows up and you can be harvested. Go ahead.
It says, for the time of the figs was not yet.
Right, for the time of the figs was not yet, so he wasn't working. Go ahead.
It says, and Yahweh shall answer and said unto it, no man eat fruit of thee hereafter forever.
Right.
And his disciples heard it. And they come to Jerusalem, and Yahweh Shai went into the temple and began to cast them. Oh,
that was the point.
Yeah, come on.
All right, so that's what the Lord gonna say to you. If you ain't doing the work, the Lord gonna have you slowly drift off and be teaching wrong doctrine. You know?
Yep, that's right, sir. And real quick, and another key point said it is an easy thing for Yahweh to make a poor man rich. Man, a rich man and laughter. We're in a poor state right now, but you're slowly seeing us being lifted up, seeing the beggar being lifted up out of the dunghill, man, and being placed upon the pillars of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh.
Right, man.
It's Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 10. They are turned back to the iniquities of their forefathers, which refused to hear my words. They went after other gods to serve them. The house of Israel and the house of Judah have broken my covenant which I have made with their forefathers. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will bring evil upon them, but they shall not be able to
that ultimately became our downfall, man. Just worshiping the other idol gods, man. Our people still do it to this day. You see the rappers doing that with these big old, what they call Jesus pieces. All right, they really feel like they're protected on that, and they got people holding them at gunpoint, stealing them all day. We got our Northern Kingdom with the Virgin Mary little candle things, all the rosary beads, and all the other kind of stuff, thinking that's gonna be their covering. And you got Jakes up in the church serving Esau, man.
Witchcraft and black magic.
Micah 2:8. Even of late, my people are risen up as an enemy.
So the Most High is the enemy against these other idol gods, man. So he's the enemy to those that worship him. And two, he said over the division of nations, he said over all the nations, he said a ruler over every people, but Israel was a large portion. So let them have their Buddhas and Kalis and Jesus Christos and all that. That's not for us. Right. Yeah, all the false God our people worship. We want to worship Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. That's it. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the creator of all things. The creator of all things, man.
Yeah, pretty much, these idols that our people made, man made them. All right, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai was already existing. He made us. So how can you worship something that you made by your own hands instead of worship the one that made you? And argue about it, get mad.
Right, hey, let him go first, and then y'all
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul.
So deliver every man his soul, man. Deliver your soul from Babylon. That spirit, when it enters into the body, you become a living soul. So you don't want to have your mind in this place, and you don't want to be a part of this place physically. Not meaning leave, but you're not, all right, what I say by physically, you're not celebrating Christmas. You're not celebrating all these different things that they're doing in this place, man. You're spiritually not there. And when you could be in a room full of people and still be alone, man. That's how we have to be in this place, man, because we're not like the rest of these individuals, man. So we don't need to be partaking in their way.
Right, what he said, fear not him that can destroy the body, but fear him that can destroy body and soul in hell. Right here upon this earth. He'll have you amongst the 2/3. You're getting destroyed spiritually and physically. All right, so you say what? First, you gotta believe that the Lord even exists. All right. Then you gotta understand that his name is Yahweh. His son named Yahweh Shai. He's a black man from the tribe of Judah.
This is the book of Revelation 21 and 27. Let me go straight to 27. And there should in no wise enter into eat anything that defile, neither whatsoever worketh abomination or maketh a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb book of life.
Oh, so the ones that are written in the Lamb's book of life. That's who is that? You have to be predestined. So the ones that can't get it, you're not meant to get it. The ones that are going against the truth, they're meant to go against the truth. That was your lesson, right? So the ones that are written in the Lamb's book of life, that's what you better pray for, that your name is written in heaven. Not praying that you could put Esau into slavery. He said, but rather that your name is written in heaven. Focus on that. Focus on that. Yahweh, please write my name in your book of life. Bless me with light. Let me know that you exist. Show me who you truly are. These things I prayed for as a child. Go ahead, brother.
Back in Amos chapter 5, I'm going to start at 18 again. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. So what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
He said it's darkness and not light, man. All right. Like the brothers were speaking on earlier before, man. You know what I'm saying? You got all these things coming upon the earth and everybody desiring all the idols. You're worshiping nothing, man. Creatures that created idols, man. These ain't nothing but demons of man's imaginations. That's what they made in their hearts, man. They set their heart and they made a stone when they started worshiping. And y'all want that to deliver you out of that day, man. The Lord said you must fear him and worship him to get out of these things. You got our people worshiping dumb shit nowadays. saying? They making new idols. You know what I'm saying? It's just
They make new idols out of the old idols.
It's just the same. It's the same thing. Just a new damn name.
And that's funny. It's a scripture in Wisdom of Solomon saying that these individuals pray for deliverance from things that they fasten to the ground so it won't fall. He can't even hold himself up, but you expect it to deliver you in a time of trouble, man. And that's exactly how our people mindset are. Right? You know, they don't even understand what they're doing is idol worship. They don't even understand by self-worship is being wicked against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They don't understand none of these things.
Verse 19, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him.
All right, man. So every which way you go, man, it's going to be utter destruction. You can't get no passiveness, man, no rest.
And that go back to what the brother had brought out in Jeremiah. The Lord is going to bring an evil upon them that they cannot escape. All right, and this is a great precept to go with it because there's going to be destruction and judgment on each side. No matter where you go, you ain't going to be able to escape that judgment where the Lord have already assigned for you to be judged from.
All right, man.
It's like a Hunger Games.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna want to get at you, man. You might want to go. You might go to a cabin. It might be some down cannibalists. You go somewhere on the road. Somebody coming down with a big ass truck or a tank or some shit, and then you know what I'm saying. Then you out of luck. That's so well. Shit out of luck.
You're gonna have Jake running to Esau for help, down to Egypt for help, and they're gonna start butchering them in them damn concentration camps. Then you're gonna have some that's gonna run to the gangs or run to their homie house, and their homie gonna get hungry and try to eat them. You know, so you gotta be around people that fear Yahweh. That's it.
The Lord is gonna make you fear Him, man.
Right.
That's what it's all about. The fear of the Lord, man.
Yep. Because I'm gonna say that again. You want to be around people in that day that fear Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So that way you ain't gotta watch them. You know the Lord watching and manipulate them. Other than that, you don't need to be around them.
At any given point, it'll be you or them, man. But if you're around individuals that fear the Lord, it's about us. That's what it is, us.
Verse 20, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it.
No brightness in it, man. That's saying it's not gonna be any good people left except for the men of the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? Every which way is gonna be straight, tribulation, trouble, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard. The only thing we're gonna have in that day is the Lord to protect us with His shield, man.
Right. So they're gonna be across the wine in the streets. They're gonna be crying out for answers. They're gonna be going around the streets looking for the men of the Lord, and they ain't gonna be able to find them. They're gonna looking all over the internet, and all they're gonna get is this page has been shut down.
Interjection.
You know, real quick, still topic. Interjection, yeah. And then, bring that up.
This is to back up your point. This is Amos chapter 8. I'm gonna start at verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. So that go back to back up what the elder was saying, man. All right, you're not going to no longer see the prophets bring out the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua on the internet nor on the streets.
And the main ones that's gonna be looking for the truth, if the Lord ain't whacked them off already, is them right there on that picture, man. Hey, those men that you were talking about that was trying to take this, they were coming to get us. Where they at now, man? Hey, you guys heard about them?
Right.
Why the main ones?
And while you playing, while you going there, we might still be out here. A lot of people say you ain't gonna find a men of the Lord on the street. Well, I ain't saying the bar. I'm saying in general. Well, the thing is, look at it. We out here in the streets now teaching, and the famine is coming from them cutting it off. Them blocking people from seeing our videos and stuff like that. But we still out here. What happened when they had the lockdown? All the church doors were shut. We were still out here. You know, what happened when they said curfews and stuff? We were still out here. What happened when they said 6 feet apart? We were still out here.
And then when you say that, it's like an algorithm on YouTube, and when you share the videos to Facebook and all that, the only people that see it is the ones that share the same videos like us. So hey man, hey shit, we teaching ourselves literally.
Well, that being said, famine means scarceness, right? So meaning the word could potentially still be out there, but you might not be able to find it on the internet. You might have to. You know, the scriptures say they're gonna go from city and city to say, "Have you seen the spirit of righteousness in this city?" They're like, "No, we ain't seen it here." But they're gonna be steady looking.
Sit down.
But,
He said, it's gonna be a famine of hearing the word. Famine of hearing the word. The word still might be out here. It's gonna be good to hear.
Matter of fact, God, they eating, drinking, giving in marriage to the wrath of the Lord that rose against them, man.
Listen, Noah prophesied how many years?
120. So the day he entered into the ark, it was over.
You better look. You better have your mind in it to teach until the day we enter into the ark. You know.
I mean, cause think about it. Like, I mean, we spend a lot of time putting in videos and coming out here on the street and teaching. If the word was taken away, we wouldn't. What we gonna do?
Ezra.
Hey, but think about it. You're still gonna be somewhat teaching because if you got children, you're gonna be teaching your children. Yeah, you got a woman, and it say 7 women shall cling on to one man. If you got them 7, you're gonna be teaching them. You know what I'm saying? So you're still gonna be in that spirit. So we might be sojourning and running through the woods, and somebody might run up on you. Please tell me you're a man of the Lord, please. And we're gonna prove that to him by the word, man. You know. So there's no telling what's gonna happen in that time. But the scriptures say be in season and out of season. Always apt to teach, so we never know what we're going to encounter during that time.
All right. Your faith should be going through the roof by then. My bad.
7 and 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock.
Boom. Break it down.
Go
ahead. You break it down.
He's basically saying whoever follows in his ways, he's gonna hold them up. You know,
really
they have a stable foundation because their foundation is of Yahweh Shai.
Right, that's the rock. That's the right. That's the rock right there. All right, our foundation is built upon a rock, but their foundation is built upon sand and dead things, man, and ashes, as they say.
This is for my brother, my J brothers in my job. They always get excited when they put music and they put this song. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:2. For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night.
Because Yahweh Shai is gonna come as a thief in the night, man. All right, when everyone is not looking, all right, and that's when Yahweh Shai is gonna come. You see when the thief comes to break in your house, you don't know when a thief is gonna come and break into your house unless you watching and being on guard to make sure your house is straight. So that's like the same thing with Yahweh Shai. We don't know the actual specific day that he's gonna crack open these guys to enter in the heaven, enter from out of the heavens. But we have signs to know how close we is of him to come.
Yeah. What he say? He's ain't gonna be as a thief in the night. What's the night? When Esau showed up to take us into slavery. When they showed up on the shores of the Gedites. That was the night. And who's the thief? Esau. So the Lord gonna show up just like your Edomite ass. Same thing you did to us. He said the cup is gonna pass unto you. And he's gonna show up on your shores. Speaking a different language, you know, speaking Hebrew, just like y'all was speaking English. All right, and he's gonna be smiling.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 8, verse 62. It says, "These things have I not showed it to all men, but unto thee and the few like thee. Then answered I and said, Behold, O Lord, now hast thou showed me the multitude of the wonders which thou wilt begin to do in the last times, but at what time thou hast not showed me." Like the brother with the bar was just saying, hey, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua gave us the times to measure, but that actual time we don't know, man. All right, he give us the time span of the times that we're in. All right, that's why he said measure the time diligently in the south, man. So once we see these things that he told us about beforehand, hey, we know that we're in the last of the last, man. Shit, what we say, we get down to the nitty gritty now.
Because what the Lord said, he revealed his secrets unto the servants, the prophets. All right, so the Lord only revealed these these prophecies unto a cluster of men, which would be the hopeful elect, man. All right, that will understand these prophecies of what's going to happen in this time, in this end time, man. Yes, yes. This is Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 21. Hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not.
God, that have eyes that see not and ears that hear not. You know what I'm saying? They hear, but they're not hearing us. They see, but not seeing us. You know what I'm saying? They'll listen to the words of the Lord, but they won't comprehend it and apply it. They'll see our ways and see that it's different, but won't ask and give an active ear to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? God.
This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 31. It says, and they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their own covetousness. So, just like the brother was speaking on, man, shit, they'll sit here and act like they for us. They'll sit here and listen, but at the end of the day, they're going to go about their own business, man. But hey, keep going with the precept. It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song, verse 32. For thou art to them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on the instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. So it sounds good, but at the end of the day, nah. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for a remedy, but that one there, that ain't it. That ain't me. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but sound good, but I ain't worried about it. That's how 2/3 of our people is, man. Oh yeah, man, we out here with you, man. Y'all doing the good things, but shit, hey, join us, man. That's what the Lord looking for. Shit, we got to wake up those men. All right, those men, the men that truly believe in these scriptures, that believe in the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, so that's why if you don't take heed now, you around here pump faking. This how it's gonna be. Verse 33, and it says, and when it cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. How they gonna know? Shit, damn, they what line? What? Just how in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 18, how you differentiate the prophet from the false prophet, man. All right. Hey, why? Because the true prophet is gonna have the spirit of the Lord, and the spirit of the Lord is prophecy. Okay. So therefore, shit, by saying the things before they come to pass, all right.
So they won't listen to the song of the Lord, but they'll stand around here and sambo to the tune of Esau, man. That's what they is, because Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is unto us as a sweet song. But they won't listen to that song, man. They rather hear listen to Esau around here sambo and doing the tap dance for Esau and trying to please him.
Real quick. Yeah, real quick. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 6. My people have been lost sheep, and shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place.
There you go.
And the Lord say this is the rest wherein he calls the weary to rest, but they will not rest therein. They will not hear because they're falling after the ways of these teachers, man. All right, to cause them to go astray, right? And we're witness that being set up out here. This is all, you know what I'm saying? This is all concepts of man, man. You know what I'm talking about? So our people are continuing to follow the order of this world and won't turn to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai in all their ways, man.
Yeah, that basically 2/3 moving every way but forward in life. You know, moving nowhere. All their works in vain.
All they doing there. You notice when you do the electric slide, which our people love to do, at the end you end up in the right same spot. Yep. They're going to the left, going to the right, they're backing it on up, they bring it back up. When they get done, they're right there in that same spot again.
Track, and also we got to read loud. Gotta yell for the people that listen.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 15, verse 8. It says, this people draw nigh unto me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. So come on, man, our people, they can say, Lord, as much as they want, you know, but their heart is not on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. It's not on righteous things, on things of this world, you know.
Yeah, we got precept. You got one, Gabar? Go ahead, I'll wait. Go ahead. All
right, it's the book of James, chapter 1, verse 22.
But be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. All right, and because you gotta if you hear this word to know better, it's to do better, man. So it's one thing to hear this word, but it's another to apply it to your everyday life, man. It's like being in school, you pretending to take notes and listen to the teacher, but when the test comes, you fail. All right, you gotta apply this word to your everyday life, man. You gotta live it. You can't just hear it.
Hey, come on, good example. You know what I'm saying? You gotta apply yourself. You gotta when the test comes, you actually fail. All right, dealing with these quote unquote so-called Christians. You know what I'm saying? You go to church every day. Goddamn hurricane come. Oh Lord, please send it away. Hey, if you apply yourself to them scriptures, you know that the Lord sent it, man. You know what I'm saying? If you apply yourself to them scriptures, hey, it's not gonna affect you. Why? Because you call yourself a follower of the Lord, man. So if anything, sin more. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, why do our people? Why do our people fail the test? Why do 2/3 of our people fail the test? Because I remember when I was in school, the reason why I failed is because I didn't believe that anything that they were teaching me in this school system was going to help me in my life later on in the future. So that's why our people fail the test, because they don't believe what we're teaching them about Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to help them in the future. So they won't become doers. They'll turn a deaf ear to what's going to be righteous unto them.
Like the faith. All right. Let me bring this up real quick. This is 2 Ezra 8:50. For many great miseries shall be done to them, that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. That's pride. But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee.
Hey, that's that proof that we were speaking on earlier, man. Your works, all right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, get not here meaning back to the marriage. Says the Lord, y'all commanded us to do, man. You know, hey, and that's how those that's going to be walking around in great miseries. Why? Because we're waking up the ones that's going to take heed to the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. At the same time, it's pushing those away. That's not too, man.
So exactly, you don't want to be the individuals in the valley of the dry bones that don't have a covering. Now have the sinews that grows upon them and everything, but you don't have the covering that covers you. Meaning you don't want to obtain to the truth and prophesy in sincerity and truth, man. You got to have that covering at the end of the day. It says, woe to the rebellious children, says the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover for covering, but not of my spirit. You gotta have that spirit, man.
Right. Verse 52. For unto you is paradise open. All right. Paradise represents the heavens, the kingdom. The tree of life is planted for you. The time come is prepared. The time to come is prepared, man. Plenteousness is made ready. Whatever plenteousness is.
We don't even know.
Right, it's made ready for us. A city is builded, man. So we're being built right now. And rest is allowed. Esau don't allow no damn rest. He said, our feet have no rest in this damn place. All right, and in Revelation 11, he said what? They did not suffer our bodies to be put in the graves. You know, so what? In the kingdom, we're going to be able to rest. We're whooping their ass. We're going to be able to rest from their wickedness, like Lot wanted to rest. You know, King David, he said he prayed that he had dove's wings so he could fly to safety, you know, to peace. Right? I think that was King David, but it's a prayer. You know what I mean? So they all wanted to get the hell out of here. They want to see peace on earth. And that's the only way you can do that is to see righteousness, to be able to rest with your children, rest your nerves, as we say, rest your mind from the weariness out here, from seeing all this kind of wickedness on the earth. For unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, and the time to come is prepared. Plenteousness is made ready, a city is builded, and rest is allowed. Man, he's going to allow us to rest in the kingdom. That's why he said, what? We're going to wake up upon our beds. with a two-edged sword in our hand and the word of Yahweh in our mouth to execute judgment upon them. We just said that. Get him on there, bro.
Stop playing around, get everything.
Hey, what is he yelling out? He said, what?
All I ask is peace.
He said, all I ask is for peace. We were just reading that right now. Hey, we catch everything out here. Everything. Anything that moves, let's catch it. Let's catch him. Let him get on. See that?
Everybody get
Pain. There's a lot of pain, man. Our people in pain. And they seeking answers.
And Con, and that's why we set up to be the physicians, man. Because our people, they are out here sick. We're supposed to heal them with this word. Right. We have the remedy.
Right. They look for answers, man. Okay. All right, look at it, man. All right, look at it. That was a good example of the pain. We were just talking about rest. Our people want rest. And I was screaming out for peace, man. It looks like they're dealing with a marriage. I was going to tell him, don't do it, brother. Don't do it.
Yeah.
You know, because you get into a marriage, especially like that, you setting yourself up for war. You setting yourself up for, what do they call that? Prenuptial agreement? You know, having to pay half and full. So all that is for peace. You don't see Esau out here saying that. Or the Chinese, man.
It was a movie with Joe Rogan. He was like, hey man, why the fuck did you get married? You literally getting in a contract with the government. You're not really marrying the woman, you're marrying the government. So they can orchestrate and tell you what to do and shit. And then shit, once the relationship over, shit, you gotta go back to the government to force the government.
And my thing is, and for all these women that talking about they want to get married according to what God say, will not find anything of that stuff that the preacher says in the Bible. And secondly, if the man is the head over the woman, if a man makes a covenant to be with you according to Yahweh Shai, if that's not good enough, then you got to go down to the state to make it clarified. Then you want Esau to be the head of your marriage, not the Most High.
That's right. It says, yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. The root of evil is sealed up from you. So in the kingdom, the root of evil is going to be sealed away from us, man. All right, we ain't going to be able to ever be evil again. We're going to be righteous. All right. The root of evil is sealed up from you. Weakness, these bodies, and sin. And the moth is hid from you, man. That's Esau, the damn moth. And corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. And that's them as well. All right. Sorrows are past. And in the end, it showed the treasure of immortality. So that's the last days that we're in now, to where the treasures of immortality are about to be shown. So the Lord he got the same way he got wrath stored up, he has treasures of mercy and a whole nother life existence stored up waiting for it. Outside of this life. Him creating all this life from the times of Adam until now is nothing. That's nothing. That's like a dot to him. Just like he created the universe and the galaxy. All right, that's what time dwells at. It says, sorrows are past, and in the end, it showed the treasure of immortality. And therefore, ask thou no more questions. And we learn the treasure of immortality now. Concerning the multitude of them that perish. So we don't ask questions about the one that's going to perish. We're not asking what's going to happen to you if you take that in your arm. They saying you might fucking mutate. The secret of the ooze. What you going to mutate into? Rocksteady and Bebop. But when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High. See? Liberty and justice for all. Yeah, okay. They taking liberty against the Most High. Freedom in this place is freedom to be wicked. That's it. So they want freedom and liberty. They want liberty so they can be wicked, man. Do as thou wilt bullshit, right? So they can go against the Lord. But when they had liberty, had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways, man. So they hate the law. That's why they love this pork. You know, and they hate his ways. This is the righteous way to do this work. It says, moreover, they have trodden down his righteous, and said in their heart that there is no God. Yea, and that knowing they must die.
Hey, they ain't got no else to die because they ain't never been to that point.
Right, man.
Not realizing they already dead.
Basically saying they prideful as hell. The scriptures say pride was not made for man. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, yeah, go ahead, bro. Let's keep going. You'll think they got all the answers.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 20. For there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of Yahweh that is set before them. And I just brought that out to back up the elder, man. That's why a lot of our people perish in this life. 2/3 of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they're perishing daily because they don't want to hearken unto the dietary laws, because they don't want to hearken and who their true power is, man. They don't want to hearken to be the chosen people that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh chose them to be, man.
They're the same individuals that when Yahweh was on the scene, they said Caesar is our king. They follow under the authority of Esau, man.
They ain't people walking around in 100-degree weather looking like the damn Temptation. There you go. Hot ass weather just to please these damn women. Every time we point the camera over there, look at the little pit bull looking at us. He's the only one staring.
You can see a growling.
Yeah, it look like a grizzly.
Yeah, one more.
Marry him if you want to. Please don't, brother. Don't do
it.
Go ahead. I got it.
All right. This is on verse 21 of 2nd Ezra chapter 7. For Yahweh have given straight command to such as came what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh, he gave us the instruction manual. You know, a lot of people like to say life don't come with instructions, but that's nothing but an excuse, man, for them to do as they will, for them to do as they please, you know what I'm saying, and do what makes them happy. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh gave every single last so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American straight command what we should do to live this life and what we should avoid to be punished. From the times of when he do, you know what I'm saying, crack those skies open.
And if I may add on, like the brother say, hey, they were like these no instructions. One thing that they did teach in these hell houses is they gave an acronym for the word Bible, man. Basic instructions before leaving Earth, which is perfect. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's all it is, and y'all not following them instructions that you say that you live up to, man.
They won't even pick up the book to read it, man. You know, they'll leave the scripture on their desktop, have it looking like a decoration when it's meant for you to read. The scripture says,
and then they favor the scripture to bring out faith without works is dead, thinking it's something that they a dream that they're trying to pursue. Oh, you got to put the efforts behind it. That's not what that's talking about.
Their next favorite scripture is, no weapon formed shall prosper against you.
I got one on top of all of that. 16.
That's a drop card right now.
They saying that on the table say domino.
That's the big joker.
Okay, that's a drop the mic.
but you know, if they learn anything, the scripture says what? Blessed is he that readeth, and those that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things that are written, for the time is at hand, man. You know, this is the time we at the hand of our Lord Yahweh Shai coming back. You got it.
This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
That's what you're witnessing happening right now. So you're witnessing the true worshipers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai worshiping him in sincerity and truth. Remembering ourselves as being the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, being the Israelites of the Holy Bible. Remembering the Father's name as being Yahweh, and Son's name as being Yahweh Shai, man. Those are the names we call upon to get deliverance and turn back to their ways, not to the wicked ways of this world, man. Just because something deems to be morally right from a physical sense, that doesn't mean it's morally right from Yahweh Shem Yahweh's perspective, man. That's what our people tend to understand, need to understand. All right, so like pastors in these churches are great motivational speakers. Yeah, I'll give them that. They are. But are they teaching righteousness according to Yahweh Shem Yahushai? No. They're going to their own script. That's what they're going by, their own script according to the fashions of this world from a carnal message. All right, so there's nothing about them that's spiritual. If it is spiritual, it's spiritual wickedness.
They're going to Esau's script.
Come on.
You are of your father the devil, the lust of your father you will do.
Come on. They murder from the beginning.
They teach it the way Esau told them to teach it in the slave houses. They sat there and said, all right, boy, get up there and teach your people. I need them to get back to work. Give them some inspiration. Because Esau is a pagan. They don't believe in the God of the Bible. They don't believe in the spiritual world. See that? They're like, yeah, go ahead and read the book. That's why they tell us. They walk by and hey, go ahead and read the Bibles out there. See that? Go ahead and read the Bible. But they don't know this is the marching around Jericho. The walls don't fall, man. The foundations are crumbling as we're speaking. All right.
This is Isaiah chapter 31, verse 3. Now the Egyptians are men and not God. Their horses are flesh and not spirit.
Right.
When the Lord...
Right. What did Esau say? Esau think themselves to be God. They try to play God. Look at everything they're doing right now. Manipulating the human body. Controlling the weather and the earth. Destroying the earth. But the Lord said they're not God. Right? Today, Esau represents the spiritual Egyptian.
When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall fail together.
Right. So Esau's world's going to fall. The one that helped these Jakes, and also the one that's hoping for the help, they're going to fall with him. All right. So you want to be joined unto him, but you're going to be judged with him. Right? The Lord's going to give you the judgment of Esau to utterly fall, man. Oh, go ahead, brother.
This is Daniel chapter 12, starting at verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and dry, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. So the wise are going to be the elect, man. That's going to understand the end prophecies, going to understand that Esau is the devil, going to understand that the mark of the beast is the RFID chip. They're going to understand, but the wicked 2/3 of our people, they're not going to understand these things. All right, what's going on? They're not going to understand the destruction that's going to come. Because why? They stayed in their folliness, man. They kept following after they follow the devil. All right, they kept want to be like their oppressor, man.
Right. Following that deception. That was the word devil means.
Come on.
Right, bro. Right. Oh no, just rock them out.
Chapter 2, verse 12. It says, woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goes 2 ways, being unstable. So a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. It says, woe, verse 13 says, woe to him.
That means that right there. What that means is you better choose today. Make your choice. Don't he said cold or hot, lukewarm. The Lord gonna spew you out. You can't ride the fence. You can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out with this, man. You gotta make your choice wholeheartedly. He said, approach him with your whole mind. All right, that's what that means, man. All right, go ahead, bring us out then.
Verse 13, it says, woe to him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended.
Right, that word faint means weak. Woe unto them that are weak-minded, man. You see that? Strong in their damn pride, but weak in their will and faith. Right? Weak in intellect, weak in knowledge.
All right. This is Proverbs 11:21. So choose your side. What you're gonna be on, man? Are you gonna be on the side of the wicked? Are you gonna go ahead, bring it up?
Yeah. This is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21. It says, though hand joint in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. You got it.
And that's the point. So choose your side. Don't straddle the fence. Either you're gonna be for the Lord or you're gonna be against the Lord, man. At the end of the day, man, he's looking for those that are with him in sincerity and truth. There is no straddling the fence, because if you're thinking about it, you're still on the wicked side. Until you're actually doing the work and you got your whole heart turned to Yahweh by Shem Shai, then are you in the army of the Lord. But until then, you're still on the side of the wicked. But if you keep on holding the hand of the wicked and try to promote their wicked ways, you're gonna fall into the same reward, which is destruction.
Because Yahweh Shai is not going to join into a harlot. He's not going to join into a harlot. He said he never connected with the unrighteous. That's why the Lord is trying to make us righteous first. Before he deals with us, the bride has prepared herself. Right? Preparing for who? The bridegroom. You see that? So the Lord ain't going to join us to the damn harlot. A woman, Israel, that's still in the world into idolatry. All right? Following the ways of these devils.
That would make us impure, unclean, and that would make us contrary to Revelation chapter 14. These are virgins, and in their mouth will found no guile. So he can't join unto, he joined unto the one that Paul said.
When I do that, I'm just letting you know. Please finish your point. All right, that was all y'all should do out there. Let a brother finish their point. Everybody be patient with your precept. All right, I'll let you know if any camps out there. Second Ezra 8:47. But thou comest far short. Talking to Ezra. Ezra thought he loved his people more than the Lord. He was asking questions like he loved his people more than the Lord does. See, the Lord said he chastens who he loves. For thou comest far short, that thou shouldest be able to love my creature more than I. But I have oft times drawn nigh unto thee, talking about Ezra, and unto it, see, and unto the children of Israel, but never to the unrighteous. See that? So the Lord will never draw close to the unrighteous, man, of our people. Okay? Yeah, you got it.
Go ahead.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 9, just going back to the point that the brother Amawan brought out earlier, man. It says, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace is and mercy is to his saints, and he have care for his elect. So, but basically, the other half of the scripture that he had brought out, man. You know, 2/3 of our people are not going to understand the truth. Why? Because they're not putting their trust in the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. They're putting their trust in man, man. But us who put our trust in the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we're going to understand the things that are going on around us, man. Like it says in the book of Second Ezra, hey, the world passeth away, and the world cannot comprehend how it's passing away, man. But hey, we comprehend. Why? Because we have our trust in the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and not in this world.
This is Isaiah chapter 26, verse 3. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusted in thee. Trust ye in the Lord forever, for in the Lord Yahweh is everlasting strength. That's the way we can find peace in this place. This place, America, is a very, this place, Babylon, is a confusing and messed up place. So the only way to find peace in this place is to trust in the Lord and forever pray and forever look towards him.
So therefore, you're not going to find peace in this place, because you're going to be with the Lord. Your mind is going to be with the Lord. Your mind ain't going to be in this place. So really, there ain't no peace in this place, man. You got to totally rid yourself of this place and come to Yahweh Shem Yahushua wholeheartedly, man. So whatever it is you may feel like you have within you, you got to purge it out, man. Because the Lord, like the elder just read, man, the Lord is not going to cleave unto nobody that's wicked, whether it's of his people or the other nations. He ain't dealing with that. So, if he's like you said, if thy right eye afflict thee, pluck it out. Because you'd rather be coming to heaven like looking like this, and the Lord accept you, than to come in there feeling like you all whole, and he turn you away and call you a worker of iniquity. Depart from me.
Right, because he said he didn't show up to heal the ones that already are whole. He showed up to heal and make whole. That's just it. The ones that were sick, and we were the ones that were sick. These damn devils on here, these gremlins, they already felt like they were whole.
I'm not saying they're whole and wicked. They're already good. They're serving their purpose. They're doing what they're made to do.
That's right. How great is that darkness, man? Just like Alexander is great in wickedness. Just like these guys, man.
So these individuals, and there's no doubt in my mind that some of these individuals, because what does Scripture say? There's a way that seem right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. And these individuals are showing you the gateways to death, man. All right, and they feel like there is righteousness in what they're doing because of the way they're prospering. So they got to see, they're in their mind, they're thinking it's got to be something good out of it, right? Because they're going contrary to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, so they'll never have any understanding of the Father and the Son, man.
They think gain
is godliness, man. And he said, for such men depart from.
After watching Esau, how they gained America, they think they're godly people. See, now, then you see the church pastor, you see Creflo steal your dollar flying around in a jet with his name on it.
You had the right Creflo steal your dollar.
Yeah, Creflo steal it from you. So they think that's the way to that the Lord is blessing them. What do they call that? Manifest destiny. The prosperity preachers. Go ahead, brother. He was first.
How the Lord destroyed Israel before time, but you know, he's been doing those same people again. That's all coming after the winds of all this. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 2, starting at verse 5. The Lord was as an enemy. He has swallowed up Israel. He has swallowed up all her palaces. He has destroyed his stronghold and have increased in the daughters of Judah, mourning and lamentations. So basically, that's when, and then the Lord's going to destroy it again, because our people find more refuge in wicked ways than they do in righteousness. All right, they'll go through the affliction and say it's just God testing you. No, He's trying to pull you out of that wickedness that you're in. So they'll go through affliction for unrighteous reasons and say but won't do the same thing for you. How about Shem Yahushua?
That's like having a knife there and people running into it. The laws are there and the judgments are there. And Jake ran right into it. You know? What's up, little buddy? All right, now she always walk by and speak to her.
Yeah. She ain't on a state. All in all those questions. She's small.
Other precepts?
Psalm chapter 10, verse 3. This goes back to what Elder was saying about gain is godly for the wicked boasting of his heart's desire. And blessed is the covenant of the Lord abhorrent.
And you see that happening on a regular basis, man. You see like Jay-Z, Nate Satan, Johanna, TD Fakes. All right, so, and they're going to bless the covenants, man. All right, because these are the ones that are conformed to the system and cause our people to go astray. So they're going to reap benefits. And Esau going to make sure they're good, man. Those are the house niggas. Those are the ones that are spoken of, man. So, but what happened to the ones that are teaching against this system? Lock them up. No. That's a good point though. But that shows you that in this society they deem evil as good and good as evil, man. That's the society that we're living in right now. So what happens when we come out here and profess the truth of Yahweh Shem Yahushua? They call us wicked and say that we're teaching hate. But when this happens to our people and we bring it up, they try to sweep it up under the rug and say, let bygones be bygones.
That's street pride.
Everything's wrong about that.
This is the book of 2 Peter 1 and 21st. For the prophecy came not in all time by the will of man, but holy men of Yahweh.
So you have our people, some of our people that'll look at us contrary and say that we're the ones that are enslaved because we abide by the scriptures, right? They say, oh, you falling behind that white man's book. That's what he used to put y'all in slavery. But no, that's not the case. We're given the ways out of the bondage, right? But our people won't accept it. So they walk contrary to it. You see that again?
But 2 Peter 1st and 21st. For the prophecy came not in all time by the will of men, but holy men of God Yahweh. Yahweh Shai speak as they were moved by the Holy Ghost.
So we understand that the individuals that were inspired by Yahweh Shem Yahushua to write down these books, all right, because what does it say? The things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. All right, so now we no longer are in the bondage of Esau's system. We're relieved from this bondage by entering into the rest of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
What I want to add on is this book wasn't written by Edomites to keep us to put us in slavery. It was written by Israelites to take us out of slavery and to keep us peaceful and calm in any type of affliction, the water, any type of affliction that we're in. From this book, you got what Mormons, Jehovah's Witness, and all these other type of philosophies and doctrines. They took this pure doctrine and made it and defiled it. All right, they used our weapon against us. All right, right now we're taking it back from them, using it properly. All right, like how somebody you said somebody will pick like the best character in the video game and they'll still get their ass whooped because they're not using it right. We're using it right. We're using it properly.
Let's go ahead and change gears real quick and go to what's that? Hour of Temptation. Let's start off with that.
I got it.
Yep. We'll go to the Hour of Temptation, man. We can go into this a little bit.
This is Revelation chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the house of temptation, from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Right. So if you're in this truth, and the word keep goes back to the word shamar, which means what? To protect his word, protect his covenant. All right. So if you're doing that, defending the Lord, and the Lord, the so-called black man that's out in the heavens, he's going to come down here and defend you against these heathens. All right. So what do you say? He's going to keep you from the hour of temptation. And you see right now, they're taking away your choice of freedom. All right. You're running out of freedom of choice, freedom of speech. That's what all this is, an attack on the Constitution. To do away with the Constitution. All these other nations like England or whoever, they go through their the Queen, you know, Canada, they go through the Queen of England too, I think. You know, they have to go through that. Due process. But over here in America, they got the whole Congress, and on top of that, they have the Constitution. So for them to bring in that new world order, they have to do away with the Constitution. All right. Now, what is that? The Lord said the hour of temptation, and that's coming upon all the world right now, man, as we speak. All right, and moving into the future, the immediate future, and everybody has a choice to make. But the mindset you should be in, that we're going to get into, is what he said: be faithful unto death, be a crown of life. And somebody grab 2 Maccabees chapter 7. All right. Yep.
This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
Right. So we're in that time, man, where Esau and this system is going to be looking to consume a bunch of people, to keep people in the prisons. Why? If they keep you in prison, they could break you down. They could manipulate you into doing what they want. All right. Especially in there, you lose your rights in there to a certain degree. All right. Go ahead.
Be thou faithful unto death.
So when we come out here, we teaching this word, we putting our life on the line. We laugh and joke, but we know it's not a game. You know, we might laugh in the hardest of times, you know. But he said, what?
Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Right. What is the faith? Somebody get that faith, substance of things. You got
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Yep. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for.
Yeah.
The evidence.
A little louder, brother.
This is Hebrews chapter 11 and 1. Now faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
That's right, man. So we're supposed to keep that faith, the evidence of the things, the invisible power. That's what he's known as, the invisible power. All right, in the book of Colossians, Yahweh Shai is the image of him. So we're supposed to keep that faith until the end. All right, keep that faith until the end, man. And what's faith? The faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay? So he said, what? Those that endure to the end shall be saved. Anybody know what that's at? Yep.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 13.
Yep.
But he that endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Look at that word patience again. Because that word endure means to what? To be long suffer. All All right, what are we doing? We're long suffering these people. You know, the same way Yahweh Shai had much patience for his church, for us. All right, he's long suffering us. Somebody get that in 2 Maccabees 7.
7 and what?
1. Yeah, we basically start from the top.
All right. 2 Maccabees chapter 7, verse 1.
Because I want to go through this. I'm gonna stop you a lot. It's gonna break down the level of pain that Esau is gonna bring to our people in these times, man. When you get a dictator in office, look at Hitler. Look what he did. All right, when you get a dictator in office, it's gonna be a lot of death, a lot of pain, a lot of torture. And at this moment, Antiochus Epiphanes, who calls himself a god, a power, he tried to force our people to eat pork and break the laws of the Lord. Just like now, we're under the law of faith. So what are they going to try to do? They're going to try to put pressure from above, pressure from below. And what's that? They're going to try to put the squeeze on you and try to force you to take their mark of the beast. All right, their chip someday, man. Their microchip. All right, YouTube might take the video down for that, but hey, who cares, man? At some point. But they're going to try to force you into that, man. Okay? People don't, let's go to this real quick. See what's interjection. There's gonna be a lot of interjections because this is a story.
This is First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
Right, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that's what it's talking about. Wicked men that don't want to turn to the Lord. All right? That's like special ed. They think they got it made. Go ahead.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we depart from them, we have had much sorrow.
There you go. And that really started during the times of 168 BC, when Antiochus and those Edomites that moved the Greek Empire to the Syrian demographics, they moved it over to that area, and they began to Hellenize our people. You know, our people chose Greek customs, eating pork. And that was one of the initiations, eating the pork. Just like in your Masonic lodges, they have something called riding the goat. So you gotta get initiated. All right? Or they have you drink blood. That's why you see a lot of rappers drinking blood and shit. All right. Now let's get into the story of the mindset of this sister and the young soldier that's here now. They're here on this earth today. To receive that blessing, to receive their reward. And they were on the earth when Yahushua was around. All right? And we're going to prove it. Go ahead, brother.
2 Maccabees chapter 7, verse 1. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips.
Right. So, hey, man, they talking about concentration camps. Look at martial law. You know, they're going to try to force you with things, what? Feed you with things idle. Somebody get that? Feed you with things being idle. All right? And that's what they're going to do. They're going to, everything you eat nowadays got pork in it. And what do they say is becoming scarce right now? Chicken. That's all we got. Like chicken, turkey, a little bit of lamb, maybe.
They're trying to feed people roach milk because they said it's more nutritious. It's so plentiful. You got so many roaches around.
Yeah.
They're trying to feed people roaches.
Yeah. And see, Esau think everything is. That's why the scriptures call them the devouring lions, because that's what lions do. They go around eating everything they see for protein.
It's like they got printed meat that they're trying to serve people.
Yeah. Bill Gates. And look at him. What did he do to the farm? He overtook all the farm. Got all their seeds, man. Told them they got to throw all their seeds away, and they got to buy them from Monsanto. Where they create GMO food and seeds. So the farms are throwing all their seeds out. Ain't that something? And now they got to pay a higher price when the prices go up. That's it. Man, listen. So what's that? That's gonna be a famine of the food. All right. I'm going to get into this. Go ahead, bro.
All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take you certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols.
There you go. They're going to take certain of us, man. You're going to be tested. All right, there it goes again. They're going to take you. Just like they took this sister and her family. All right, and they're getting to that point where they're setting the laws up so they can do it. All right, you go into a church. You go in, well, we shouldn't be there, but you go into a store like Walmart, and they say you got to wear it, and you say, no, I don't. And they can trespass you now. All right? Oh, you got to throw it, brother. What happens when they make everything mandatory, which they're about to do? They did it in LA now, the mandatory mask. They got it over there in the UK. They never came off lockdown. Canada. Right. So they planning on bringing it here now. Right, all over Babylon. But let's get into it, man, because we coming down to the wire, and you got to set your house in order. Set your mind aright and constantly endure all the way to the end. All right, he said, what? Present your body as a living sacrifice and be faithful unto death. All right, so with that in mind, let's read a story about the faithful.
Verse 2 of 2nd Maccabees, chapter 7. But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldst thou ask for us or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers.
Right, so you gotta be ready to die, like Biggie, ready to die. See, he was ready to die for the money and for bad boys and for pride. But you gotta be ready to die for the Lord, die for this truth. All right. Yeah, go ahead, brother. Interjection real quick.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 41, verse 3. Fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee and that come after. For this is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh.
That's right, man. Just like we read earlier, we were talking earlier about Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. All right, who y'all know as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. But look what they went through when Nebuchadnezzar, that heathen, put them in the damn oven. Like I said, heathen, his head turned quick as hell. Oh, yeah, boy. That's right, man. Huh? Yeah, man. So-called Negroes. You know about that? Look at Esau. It's called being real. Hey, so y'all going into slavery? Did you know that? Yeah. Yeah, man. I know it's just be like that sometimes, right? You might be a Jake. I don't know, man. Jake, what's your forefather? Your forefather Irish or something? A little bit? Yeah, you know, a lot of the Irish are so-called Negroes. Really? You know about that? I know. They went into slavery over there. Then you have some of the English. You know, a lot of them are Israelites. Yeah. Israelites meaning this, meaning that your bloodline may descend from one of these people. All right. But according to the scriptures, the Lord is from this tribe.
Oh yeah, tribe of Judah.
But he was a dark-skinned man from the tribe of Judah.
Oh yeah.
And he wasn't African. He wasn't African, but he was dark-skinned. He was darker than me. See what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. He was from the tribe of Judah. So what would that make his people? Oh, not so funny now, huh? But you feel me though? So it's not about color. We're teaching that. But you know, sometimes that's our vision to wheel people in, man.
Oh yeah.
All right, but to either tell you that your future is slavery, or what y'all, from what the Caucasians have done to our people, I don't know if that's y'all. From right here, they got a judgment coming for this. And the God of the Bible, he's a so-called black man. And the Most High himself is dark skin with white curly hair.
Oh yeah.
And they got a pay for this. And people walking around wondering why all this stuff is happening on the earth, and they don't know we're in a time of judgment. And the Lord's gonna laugh, and his people are gonna laugh. He said he's gonna cause them to laugh. When there's nothing, when there's no food out here, hyperinflation at the shelves, when they give you a choice, take that in your arm or not. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I know.
You know where it's going.
Oh, I know.
See, people they're gonna give in. They're gonna give in to this new world order. They're gonna get weak. They have no faith. People that's into Christianity, they're gonna give in. They pastors leading them astray, man. Look at the churches. Who's the main ones giving that out during that lockdown? The churches. All up in your nose, digging up in your nose, right? Those churches, they're gonna sell out. They're under a 501c3 charter. But if you're a man of the Lord, it don't matter about color. You know what I mean? If you're an Israelite, then 2/3 of our people are going to perish in what's coming. 1/3 is going to be delivered from what's coming. And it don't matter about color. So 1/3 of the men, women, and children are going to be delivered. All right? And they're going to look like other nations. They're going to be mingled amongst Africa, wherever. Chinese, China, you know, Philippines. But the Lord is about to return, and he's coming back in what the Caucasians call a UFO. All right? And the word Caucasian, if you look that up, you know what it means? What does it mean? Cave dweller. The original caveman. And they were started by a guy named Esau, the biblical Edomites. Esau was born without color. That's what I said, dark skin, right? But he ain't about color, you see that, right? But he was born Esau, and he changed it to a nation called Edomites. All right, Edom means wasted away, or red. Yeah. Esau means wasted away, so he had no color, no pigmentation, no carbon in the skin to block from the sun. Those people later on went on to rule Greece during the time of Alexander, 3rd century BC. All right, 334 to be exact, all the way to 330 when they took down the Persians. And then you had the Romans, the Greeks to the Romans. All right, the Romans, they ruled. That was the Edomites. And the Lord, when he came on the earth, he said, yo, the mystery of iniquity is already ruling. That's the mystery of iniquity that's being revealed in these last days, the time of Revelation. When the Lord said he wakes up prophets to condemn any kingdom where he about to destroy it. Look at Babylon. Look at the flood. Look like he had Noah out there prophesying about the first death. What's the first death?
Who was it?
Well, the first death with Noah would be the flood.
Yeah.
All right. So that was the first death. All right. So the second death would be what? Huh?
When Jesus comes back?
Well, his name not Jesus, but I get it to you. But the second death is nuclear fire. The Lord said he's not going to destroy the earth. Not as a nation judgment, but a world judgment. He's not going to destroy with water anymore. He's going to destroy with fire. And the way he's going to do it is World War III. He's going to use Russia.
When's that supposed to happen?
Huh?
So when's that supposed to happen?
No man know the day or the hour. Let's let the scripture speak. So yeah. Somebody get that. Whoever get it first, bring it up. I got one. I need that one. Then we're going to get that one in contract. In hindsight to it, my bad. Whoever got it first.
I got it.
Right, bro.
All right, this is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 24. I'm going to start at verse 42.
Yep.
Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord do come.
See that? Nobody knows. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief will come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up.
Right.
Therefore, be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh.
Right. He said, what? They were eating and drinking, giving in marriage? Hear that? Right, bro. And look, what they doing over there? Marriage.
That's actually what we're here for.
One of the guys was just over there screaming. He was over here crying, man.
Yeah.
He was like, I just want peace. I just want peace. And like we showing him how to find peace.
Oh, yeah.
All right? You can't find peace in this place. You got to find it in the scriptures.
Amen.
So you can have peace of mind.
Chapter 17, verse 26. And it was as in the day of Noah.
As in the days of Noah. Let me stop. As in the days of Noah. Go ahead.
So shall it also be in the days of the Son of Man.
So in the days when the Lord shows up. All right, go ahead.
They did eat and drink, and they married wives. They were given in marriage.
They over there doing the same thing today. They going to clubbing, they eating and drinking, picking out at Walmart. They married, yeah, giving in marriage. Normal life, right? Of humans, just like animals. Animals do their normal nature too. Our nature is to all that love stuff and just eating, nature. But the Lord's saying we gotta be above that. We gotta be spiritual. Go ahead.
Until the day that Noah entered into the ark and the flood came and destroyed them all.
See that? So he talked all the way until the day that the flood showed up and destroyed everybody. But now he said that's about to happen again. But he said he's gonna wake up his men first. 144,000 men from the 12 tribes of Israel. So you say when? Let's get this real quick. Second Ezra 9. Before y'all go, I know y'all got.
No, you're getting there. I love talking about the Lord.
Like two or three more scriptures. Good.
Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then.
You're paying back and forth between them. Conversation.
He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before.
Right. When you see part of the signs pass, which he told us before. What signs did he say? Earthquakes. There you go. You seeing that? Yeah. But we gotta show let his words speak.
This is Matthew chapter 24. I'm gonna start at verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
We're hearing of wars and rumors of wars in the Middle East, right? Even over there on the borders of Ukraine. All right. Go ahead.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Right. So the end wasn't yet. Go ahead.
For nations shall rise against nations, and kingdoms against kingdoms.
Russia, America, China. Right. Go ahead.
There should be famine, pestilence,
lack of food. That comes with hyperinflation.
Oh yeah.
You know, and whatever the other stuff that's going on. I can't say it on camera. But go ahead. And he said pestilence. Right. Pestilence. Yeah. You see what's going on? Man-made. Man-made. Go ahead.
Earthquakes in diverse places.
They had earthquake. They had an earthquake on what's that? Fernandina? No, Flagler County. They had an earthquake the other day from a missile test. And then you got earthquakes around what's that volcano? Yellowstone. They had 400 earthquakes in one day the other day.
Oh yeah.
So there's like earthquakes all over the place. Diverse places meaning different. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. All these are the beginning of sorrow.
Oh, what does the word sorrow represent? Hell. So where's hell at? On earth. Go ahead. This is the beginning of it. It's about to kick off. And people just like willy-nilly, like it ain't nothing. But, I mean, we chill too.
Yeah.
We have our own lives.
I want to ask you this question because I've read all this.
Read it.
And I agree with what you're saying. Like I don't disagree with anything you guys are saying. My question to you is what is like the end to this? Like not as the world, not to whatever this is, but kind of like your ministry as a whole. Like what is the cause behind you guys coming out? Because like I love seeing this. Like I love talking about the Lord. I love seeing and everything like that.
What's the purpose?
Yeah, like what's the purpose? Like what's like the Lord put on your heart to drive you out to like come out here and stand and just talk to people? Like what was kind of like the purpose behind it?
Revelations 7:1. Yep. A good question, man. Oh yeah. Let's fit you guys first.
Yeah. Can I, this is Matthew chapter 10. This is Matthew chapter 10. I'm gonna start at verse 5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the ways of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Right, man. What's that? Ezekiel? Oh, where is that? Where it say lift you up a trumpet? Isaiah. The high mountain? Isaiah, right? Was it 13? Yes. Isaiah 13. Look at this real quick. All right, is it going to the gates of Nubia?
It's Isaiah chapter 13, verse 1. Verse 2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the noble.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. Yeah. We go out and we teach, we shake the hand, like, hey, you wake up. So they can we wake up one brother, and that brother goes out into the gates of this society and is able to teach too. Yeah. All right, Proverbs 1. Let's get that real quick, like 2 more. Okay. Where I say wisdom cry without the street.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, started at verse 20. Wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the street.
See, if you claim you got wisdom, you're not gonna be in some church trying to get a 501c3 charter.
Oh, I know.
Just to have it.
I know.
You're supposed to be out here in the streets.
Big time. Teach us to go out into all the world.
That's right, and not with a microphone. You know, you gotta get a 501c3 for that too. And most of the times they can get you for noise ordinance. Yeah. All right, and you're supposed to come out here and teach, man. That's what the Lord did when He was on the scene. Oh, yeah. But when He was on the scene, it says this. What's that? 1 John, Antichrist. It's important. Go ahead, brother.
Crieth in the chief place of the concourse and the opening of the gates.
Right. So we teach downtown, anywhere people coming in there, passing by. You know, so that way, if you're sitting down we couldn't teach right there because you can say, hey, they bothering us. But if you passing by and you don't like it, well, keep walking. You see what I'm saying? All right, go ahead. Right? We obey the law, man. Right?
In the city she uttered her word, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity?
Right. So we asked her, like, how long will you continue to love the simplicity of this place, the foolishness? Yeah. All right. And that's what we're supposed to do. Right? We are the voice of the Lord.
The scorners delight in scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
Right.
Turn you at my rebuke. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you, and I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and you refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set and not all my counsel.
See, we're the counsel. Go ahead.
And with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity.
Oh, they're gonna laughter again.
I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh, that's a desolation, and your destruction cometh, that's a whirlwind. And when distress and anguish cometh upon you,
that's the second death.
Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early,
okay.
They shall not find me.
Yep, that was it. Let's move on. He's about 8 snapping right. Let's go ahead. Let's get this real quick. We represent the voice of the Lord. He said, he always woke up prophets to prophesy against kings.
This is Baruch chapter 1, verse 21. Nevertheless, we have not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord our power, according to unto all the words of the prophets whom he sent unto us.
So you want to get the word, you got to go through the prophets. All right. And what does the word prophecy mean? What does it mean? All right. That's humble. That's real. Yeah. Prophecy means pro comes from pre, meaning before. And phasai means to say before. Okay, yeah. So we're supposed to say it before it happens, not like psychics. Yeah. But up from the word of God. All right. And God is a black man, a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. I'm gonna prove that too. Right?
All right, so but verse 22, but every man followed the imagination of his own wicked heart.
Right, our people are following the imagination of their own wicked heart. Go ahead.
To serve strange gods and to do evil in the sight of the Lord.
Right, they following these people and they serving all these strange gods that these people teaching about. Buddha, this guy here, oh yeah, Caesar Borgia. The Lord didn't look like that. That guy's name was Cesare Borgia. Yeah. He was the son of the 6th Pope of Rome, a murderer. Mm-hmm. And Michelangelo set him up, painted him as the Messiah. And Leonardo da Vinci had part in that too. Leonardo da Vinci was his weapons artist, right? Yeah. So that's what they put up as the Messiah when the Lord really looked like that, according to the Bible, if we read it to you, according to the scriptures. Yeah. Go ahead. And now who have they been on earth torment? Who are they killing in the streets right now? Look at this. And they ain't got no payment for that. Look at that. The Lord black. If the Lord dark skin, they did this to his people. Oh yeah. So they got judgment coming. All right. Let's keep going with the point though. Yeah. Go ahead. Revelation 7. Yeah. Whatever you got. I can't remember. Yeah. Prophesying the kingdom. Yeah. The bar, then the one you had earlier.
This is Jeremiah chapter 28, and I'm gonna start at verse 8. Yep. The prophets.
The question was, why do we come out here and do what we do? All right, go ahead.
Start at verse 7. Yep. It says, nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thy ears and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of wars and of evils and of pestilence.
Right, so that's what we're set up to do. Yeah. Every time the Lord is about to judge a kingdom, he start waking people up. Yeah. All right, and how many is he going to wake up now, though? Revelation 1:7. Hold on, one more.
I got it.
That one said 7 and 1? Yeah, 7 and 1.
It's Revelation chapter 7. Verse,
oh, you could have brought it up.
Yep. Revelation chapter 7, verse 1.
Yep.
And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth.
Right, north, east, west, and south hemisphere, not flat earth. Go ahead.
Holding the 4 winds of the earth.
Right, the winds represent the destruction I was just talking about. Yeah. Somebody got that? Destroying wind? Right, because the wind represents nuclear wind. All right, destruction. All right, can you get fuel of fire?
Somebody get destroying wind, I'll get fuel of fire.
Yep. Whichever one get first, we'll bring that up.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 1. That saith the Lord, behold, I will rise up against Babylon, against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me, a destroying wind.
Right. So you're going to rise up against Babylon. What is Babylon? America. The word Babylon means confusion. This is a place of confusion. All right, go ahead. So he's gonna raise up against it a destroying wind. What's that? Nuclear fallout, destruction. Go ahead. Back to the precept. Yeah, cause they gotta go. So I want real fast.
This is Malachi chapter 4, verse 1.
Yep.
For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven,
Oh, the day is coming. That's gonna burn as an oven. Go ahead.
and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
Oh, 2/3 of our people and Esau, who's known as the most proud nation on this earth. All right, go ahead.
And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall neither leave root nor branch.
There you go, man. So we don't want that. So we come out and warn our people so they don't fall into that destruction. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise.
So every battle, like Braveheart, remember that? Yeah, up close. And garments rolled in blood, right? Go ahead.
And garments rolled in blood.
But what about this war? This is gonna be a coward's war. But they shoot at trajectories. You don't even know where it's coming from. You just hear cow. That's it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Call of Duty or something. Come on with it, right? Go ahead.
But this war shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
So this war is going to be based on fuel of fire.
Yeah.
All right. Now you had World War I, World War II. Now it's going to be what? World War III. What's that? Revelation 11.
Holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor in any trees.
So the Lord is stopping those winds from happening right now, only so this can happen. Right?
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads.
See, they got to get sealed. That's the whole focus, is to get them, get the elect sealed before the Lord brings that judgment. All right, go ahead. So, but it's going to happen through us coming out here teaching and edifying each other. What's the word edify mean? There you go. It means to build up. What he promised in Amos, that he's going to build up the tabernacle of David. Is he going to build a third temple? No. He's building the temple spiritually. We're the stones that represent the altar now. All right, the spiritual stones that offer a spiritual sacrifice. Go ahead, brother.
John, verse 4.
Let's get it.
And I heard the number of them which were sealed. They were sealed 144,000.
Right, so 144,000 men are going to be sealed up with this truth. That's what you're seeing in front of you. Right now, the Spirit brought us all together. We didn't know each other.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Of all the tribes of his children of Israel.
There you go. Here go the tribes of Israel. Originally, it was the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Now, these same people have been scattered through slavery all over the four corners of the earth. You see that? So we look like different nations. But it's still about those bloodlines. It's about the seed that came from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, go ahead. Not just Isaac to Edom, Esau, but from Isaac to Jacob. That's important. All right, it didn't go from Abraham to Ishmael. It went from Abraham to Isaac, and then to Jacob. All right, go ahead.
All the way down to Jesus.
That's right.
Verse 5.
Well, you know what the word Jesus means?
Yes.
Nope. Guess what it means?
What does it mean?
It means hail Zeus.
Yeah.
It's Latin. J-E means hail. S-U-S means Zeus. That's why in the Roman Empire, they put S-U-S on the end of everything. Ephesus. They were giving praise to Zeus. All right? So the Lord's name in the Hebrew, it wouldn't be Joshua, because the letter J never existed before the 1600s. Right? So if you knew that, you wouldn't have said it. But Yahshua, all right? Yahshua is not a name, because there's no E's and no U's in the original language. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we know his true name, and depending on how this conversation goes, might give it to you. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 5. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000.
Right.
Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000.
So these are the ones that's going to be sealed, the 12,000 from each tribe. We know that. All right. And a small multitude of people, which is like men that's not teaching, you know, women, children, that's going to be with the elect. That's what's going to be taken up into them chariots. All right. And brought down as New Jerusalem. But 2/3 are going to perish and die and have to be born back as babies. All right. Preach up. Go ahead, brother.
Nahum, chapter 3, starting at verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robberies, and the prey departed not.
Right, the prey, they put us in slavery and they never let us go. Hey, Pharaoh, let our people go. They wouldn't do that. We got to get passports to go over there. And if we go over there, there's still some more of them over there, fake Jews, that's going to tell us to put on a damn yarmulke and a big black Saturn hat and make us join their military and fight their wars, just like over in America. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
The noise of a whip and the noise of a rattling of wheels.
Right.
And of the prancing horses and the jumping chariots.
That's right. They were whipping us with them whips. And even today, the crack of the whip is what? You gotta get up every day and work. You gotta get up every day and work. It's still slavery. Now they moved the physical slavery into a mental slavery, and then they enslaved the whole world. See that? The same slavery that the Caucasians put on our people, they took that and enslaved the whole world. These people here. That's what they call what? A prison planet. There's a prison planet now. They got you through your Social Security number. Your birth certificate, you know you got $1 billion tied to it? It's called fractional reserve currency. Everybody at their birth, you're born with $1 billion. Isn't that crazy? But it's not in dollars. All right? So every time you cash a check, everything you sign, they get money off of it. So this is slavery. You know? Right, go ahead. That's what's keeping the stock market going. Come on, bring it out. Let's watch them all.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Oh, so they're the synagogue of Satan, right there. The ones that's over there now calling themselves the Jews. When you read the scriptures, it tell you that they're dark skinned. You know, hey, look at it. See that foolishness? You see that? If he had just stopped being an egghead, he'd come over here and learn something. See that? Yeah. I knew that getting turned around. See how easy that is? It's easy. That bait. Look at the jar head. Look, he's a jar head. He's probably military. But that's the folly of Esau. They want to ride around and be a court jester. That's that a clown. You see that? But we don't have no circus for that clown up here. All right? We just got peanuts. Yeah, look at these points out real quick. You want to finish that? No, ain't that's too much. I'm gonna get the point. Real strict point.
I got it. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man will hear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Right. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
That's a good point, because I'm thinking about him still. You see what he wrote by and said, you think God's going to take it easy on the white guy? You see, that's stupid. That's not educated. That's not an educated state. What about taking it? I would respect it if he said, you think God's going to take it easy on everybody? You see that? Why got to be a white guy? Now show me one white person on the earth. You see that mindset? That white mindset is white supremacy. Started in the Roman Catholic Church. You see that? There's nobody white on the earth. There's nobody black on the earth, like your shirt. We're nations of people. I can't talk to somebody like that. You know what I mean? See, he's the type of person that would love to put us back in slavery. By the way he just did that, that's folly. That's mocking you. Put you in chains again. You think God's going to take it easy on us for putting y'all in slavery? No. He's not going to take it easy. No. He said, it's a righteous thing with the Lord.
I got it.
That's right.
I got it. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 1.
My way back to you,
man. 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6.
Right.
Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Right. So they're going into slavery for 1,000 years, according to these scriptures that they hold up in the church.
Yeah.
And Joel Osteen holds and fumbles all day. Like a football player with no arms. That's him. And, you know, he was a salesman. He took over his daddy church. You know, he's not a man of the Lord. But in this Bible, it speaks about Esau, a nation called Edom going into slavery, man. Yeah. You know,
we're about to go join that.
And even that marriage is wicked. You know where the ring came from? It came from the Roman Empire.
A lot of things come from those.
Right. That's right. And the generals, when they got initiated to have sex with little boys, they would give them a ring for it. Look it up. All right. It represents Saturn again. That's our people over there. They over there. They probably gonna go home and eat some pork tonight. And a man can have more than one wife. And they're walking down the aisle, and that represents paganism. Look it up. That's paganism. All of that's paganism. So, and it'd be better for her to be a virgin. I know you know the understanding on that. You know what I mean? So, fair enough. Now, I ain't coming at it. This is mainly saying the marriages in general. Yeah. A true marriage is when a man has sex with a woman. That's his wife. Yeah. Now, how many people out here married? Yeah. How many people out here committing adultery? A lot. See that?
A lot. So, this is my last question to you guys.
What's up?
We're gonna go join that because she has a friend that's.
Yeah, that's good, man. This was good content.
But yeah, absolutely. I just want to ask you guys because, like, even with that guy driving by, like, dude, I'm involved in a bunch of ministries and things like that. But like for you guys, like, do you guys see a lot of salvations like a day? Like, do you guys see a lot of miracles throughout the day? Do you guys see a lot of people get baptized, life changed, transformed by the renewing of their minds. Do you guys see any of that, or is it more so just like an informational?
We see miracles. We see chariots too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we see in the prophecies too.
Yeah.
But we don't need to see anybody get baptized because the Lord said He did away with that baptism with dirty water. See that? And
Yeah.
soda. You can dunk yourself in what's the strongest soda out here that's killing you? Coca-Cola. That ain't gonna clean you. You see what I'm saying?
The point of the baptism isn't about cleaning you or making your skin clean. It's getting rid of the old, coming out with new.
Right. So what's this? I walk up to a person, a brother, dark skin like me. It doesn't matter about color. I gotta use that for example.
Yeah.
I say, hey man, what's your nationality? What are you gonna say? Black. He gonna say African. He gonna say Egyptology. He gonna say American. He gonna say American. I'm gonna tell him, no, brother, you're an Israelite. Be baptized and come back to you who you are. Be baptized in the name of Zeus. Be baptized in the name of Yeshua. Be baptized in the truth in the name of Yahushua. That's his true name. That's the only way our people can get true baptism. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what we see. You're seeing it. You're witnessing a miracle. This is baptism. We've been baptized. See what I'm saying? We got the water. This is the water. The water is the wisdom, the truth. You know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So we see miracles. And we see dead people too.
There you go.
You know? A bunch of dead out here, man. People still dead, man. But I know y'all gonna enjoy the party, man. But just remember, as you're joining that, the missile's coming. The fire ain't coming, but the flood ain't coming, but the fire is coming. And the flood's coming in a different way now. This is how it's coming. Y'all heard about the door-to-door. Come on with it. She woke, man. Yeah, she woke. She woke on a different level, man. So, hey, man, all that doomsday prep and stuff, it ain't gonna work. This is a judgment coming from God. And you're gonna find out, according to the Bible, get that Daniel 7 before they go. What's that last one? Last one. What's that? I think 7 and 11, maybe. Yep. 7.
7 and 25.
This is Daniel chapter 7. I'm gonna start at verse 9.
Check this out.
It says, I beheld until the thrones was cast down.
Right, you thought people were scared of Freddy Krueger. Man, listen, they're gonna be scared when they find out the Lord is a black man. Go ahead.
And the Ancient of Days did sit.
So he's the ancient before days were created. Go ahead.
It says,
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah.
Whose garment?
They got the work you're getting right now last week.
Whose garment was white as snow, and the hairs of his head like the pure wool.
Right, I don't have too much up here, but you get my point. So he had hair like pure wool. So who the heck is this guy? Look at the Revelation 1 and 13. Who the hell is he?
This is Revelation.
They say, if you read the book of Colossians, they say the father looked just like his son. The son looked just like him. According to the book of Colossians, he's the spitting image of the father. All right, go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 13.
Right.
In the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot,
Last one for us.
and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Right.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Right, his name is Yahushua. All right, not Jesus. That's what I'm teaching the brothers.
As white as snow.
Look, you see the reaction? You see the reaction, man? Yeah. You see the reaction we get? Yeah. That's about 2/3 gonna die. They're gonna perish. That's 2/3 gonna perish. I said a name. I threw the stone named Yahushua at you. No, you're yelling, man. You're in the heathenistic mindset. See that? That's Jake. They think they know everything. You see that? All you do.
That's why
That's educated. Threw a stone at me. No, you're emotional. I said the Lord's name is not Jesus. Is that a stone? Come on, you see that? That's emotions. Come on, brother. That's called heat motion.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, and as white as snow.
So head and his hairs were white like wool. Go ahead.
And his eyes were as the flame of fire.
Right, the eyes are reddish. Go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they was burnt in a furnace.
Right, your body is the same color as your feet, unless somebody got a deformity. Go ahead.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
So it say it was like polished brass, like a penny. If you burnt it, what would that be? That'd be like real dark. You know, you take bronze or brass and you burn it. That's darker than me.
Yeah.
So that's the image of the Lord. All right, he's a black man. The father looked just like him. That's all I want to tell this fool. But he gonna say I threw a stone. Where the stone? The scriptures say he's the stone that the builders refused.
And a rock of offense.
And the rock of offense. So he's offended because he felt like that name just hit him. He don't like that. You take it. That's right. That's why I call him a heathen. Because that name is dreadful to him. He hated it. All right. So he's falling. Literally. Like I'm about to fall too, trying to show you a good example. But he's falling for the okie doke. He fell for the deception. All right. Yeah. So I know y'all gotta go, man.
Well, I appreciate your time, man.
All right, no doubt, man. Yeah. What's your name, bro? Steve, man. All right, nice to meet you, Steve. They call me Philly. All right, sister. What's your name? Tabitha. She got. You gonna get the shake, no doubt. I think I just want to fill her hand. All right, take it easy, man. Yep. Let's run these precepts, man. That's the best part when everybody walk off. We still run our precepts. Yeah.
1 John.
Oh yeah, good.
1 John chapter 4, verse 2.
Yeah,
It says, "Whereby know ye the spirit of Yahweh, every spirit that confesses that Yahweh Shah Mashiach is come in the flesh is of Yahweh."
Right. So they got to confess it that the Lord came in the flesh, and he's an Israelite man. If you confess that the Lord came in the flesh, then you would know that every flesh has a color to it. You can't say he's invisible. The Bible, what's up, brother? The Bible says that the Lord is a dark-skinned man from the tribe of Judah. His name Yahweh Shah. So what that make us? That make us the kings and the princes on this earth. Go ahead, brother.
And every spirit that confesseth not that Yahweh Shah Mashiach is come in the flesh is not of Yahweh.
That's right, and we know that. That's up to us to know, not for you to know. That's up to us to know it. We need to know it so we can stay away from these damn demons. You know, demons like him walking around with a WWJD shirt. And I was just saying that. Yahweh shall take the wheel. That's what they be saying. Let it say the J.
And this is the spirit of Antichrist, whereof you have heard that it should come, and even now already is in the world.
There you go, man. All right, so it's already in the world. It ain't gonna be one person. It's gonna be all these people that's against the Lord. That word Antichrist means what? Adversary to the anointed. So that adversary is to us as well. And the adversary means what? To be a contender. And the Lord told us to come out here and contend for the faith. All right, so we out here to do battle in the scripture. All right, and break our people out of the chains at the end, man. These what do you call that when people get kidnapped and they start to love their oppressor?
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, our people got Stockholm syndrome. A bunch of Stockholm syndrome slaves. That's what they are, man. They quick to bite at their own brother. Like, buddy, there, you threw a stone at me. He probably want to fight, emotion. But he was the same ones crying. I want some peace. I want peace. See, that was emotional as hell. What kind of person doing that? I want peace. Grown ass man. They're like, yeah, right, bro.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12,
nice
verse
strong,
13.
bro. That's not scared somebody.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Every secret thing, man. What's that, the Mason? Oh, there's another cut on that. That old grave, old sepulcher that walked by us earlier. He tried to give us these Masonic cards. But yo, the Lord said everything that's done in secret, man, is gonna be brought to the light. And it's gonna get judged, man. All right? So they be nervous coming by here. They know they about to get some work. They see a black man with a Bible, boy. You see that? They see with that Bible. They see that Bible. They be like, oh,
Every scared they're gonna get them spiritual taps.
Yeah. Yep. Like we up here with a bunch of flamethrowers. Like, come on, walk by. All right, look at that mother. Look at that brother over there giving his life away.
these spiritual paths.
Yeah, he on some I give myself away so that you can use me type shit. He ain't giving himself away to the Lord. He giving himself away to his woman. Tell the truth. Anyway, let's move on. You all got married.
Book of Romans 12 and 2. And the reason I bring this scripture is to all Jades, cross in front of us, make laugh, say that, that we might be crazy, but, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye might prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God, Yahweh.
I mean, that's the real Transformers. You want to find some Transformers, it's us.
That would be the essence of true baptism.
That's right, man. That's right. You got to transform, man. All right, transform into the light. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, I think that shirt threw me off, man. That's really weird. Got any more precepts? We can get back to Second Maccabees.
Second Maccabees, chapter 7.
Oh, they hot as shit. I was just saying. All smell like a bunch of cheap perfume. Come on.
I'm gonna start back at verse 2. But one of them that spake first said thus, who wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers.
Right, not today. These people can't wait to throw it all away. They can't wait. They can't wait for Esau to offer something. They waiting to throw this all away, man. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 3. Then the king became in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made what?
Right, Negro, Latino, Native Americans are the Israelites of the Bible. Run to it, not from it. Go ahead.
Which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, and cut off the uttermost part of his body.
Right, so they cut off his tongue, cut off the uttermost part of his body just to get him to eat some pork. How you gonna eat it with no goddamn tongue, Esau? Go ahead.
The rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. Now
They did that in slavery. They would torture us and they would do something called buck breaking, and they would kill you right in front of your family just to strike fear into our people. So now you know where the Edomites of today got that from. They got it from the Greek Empire.
Leave us from with the tie each limb up to a horse.
Yeah.
And make all the horses charge on.
Yep, the Willie Lynch letter.
And also in the Birth of a Nation with Nat Turner, that scene when the slave didn't want to eat the food, and they took a scissor and knocked out his teeth and forced him to eat it. Put a tube down his throat.
Yep, and that's what they're gonna do with the chip. All right, the mark of the beast when they offer that. All right, we might lose it then.
Verse 5. Now when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire and to be tried in the pan. And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus, the Lord Yahweh looketh upon us.
Yeah, I gotta stop. All right. So it said what? He had all his members cut off. So he's sitting there with no arm. He still wasn't willing to sell out. He still wasn't willing to break the law. What's our law today? Faith. All right. Go ahead, brother.
And also, he's with having no members, he was still giving praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua.
Right. And we gotta be nice and loud, y'all. I mean, you good.
Verse 6. The Lord Yahweh looketh upon us, and in truth have comfort in us, as Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted with it in his servants.
Right. See, there you go. All right. So he's gonna be comforted in us. All right. And even today, the Lord is dealing with us that are in the truth. That's important right there. So if you're in this truth, the Lord is looking upon you and is comforted in looking upon you, man, instead of looking at the wicked. That makes them upset.
But they had a female pastor over there. ordaining marriage.
They had a female over there being a pastor. See, the Lord would rather deal with this marriage instead of that marriage.
Verse 7. So when the first was dead after this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock.
Right. They brought the second to make him a mocking stock. A mocking stock. Right? Laughing stock, mocking stock. Yeah. So they brought the second one now. So why were they doing this continually? Because they wanted to get the people around them to sell out. There was more people. So just like now, they're going to throw some people in jail. They're going to make people examples. They're going to take stuff away from you, make you lose your job just to get you to get it. All right? The leper don't change his spot. Go ahead. Look at Esau over there looking at his wound.
And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair,
no, they pulled off the skin of his head. Now I got to stop at each point. They pulled off the skin of his head with the hair.
Scalp.
They're scalping him, man.
Esau started.
Yep.
Like that.
That's right. Go ahead, brother.
They asked him, "Wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout thou every member of thy body?" But he answered in his own language and said, "No."
There you go. Be ready, man. Will you give in or will you lose your job? Will you give in or will you lose your family? I'm gonna take your daughters and children away from your sons. Will you give in? I'm gonna throw you in jail, take you away from your family, your members. See that? All right, go ahead. Just like the devil approached Yahushua in the wilderness, and he said, "What? Bow to him." And the Lord rebuked him with scriptures. All right, are you talking about the chase, bro? Yeah, man, he practicing, man. Leave him be.
Yep. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order as the former did. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, "Thou, like a fury, takest us out of this present life, but the King of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his laws unto everlasting life."
There you go. He's gonna raise us up. So they knew back then about reincarnation. They knew that they were gonna be raised up during the time of Yahushua, so they can get anointed by the anointed one, and then and be set up to receive that reward here today. Right? They knew about reincarnation and the afterlife, man. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 10. After him was the third made a mocking stock, and when he was required, he put out his tongue, and that right son, holding forth his hands manfully, and said courageously, "These I have from heaven, and for his laws I despise them, and from him I hope to receive them again."
Oh, from what? From him I hope to receive him again. What did Job say? Job knew about that as well. I'm gonna give you a break. Go to Job real quick. All right, what did Job say, man? I know my Redeemer liveth. Hey, where you at?
Verse 11.
All right. I'm about to go 12. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm gonna read with you. All right. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good, man. So who got it? What I said?
The whole my Redeemer liveth.
Yep. Job. Yep. Yeah. He knew he was gonna see him upon the earth again.
I got it. This is Job, chapter 19, verse 25. It says, For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth.
Oh, so he knew. Job knew that Yahushua lived, just like King David knew it. He said, "I saw my Lord sitting on the right hand of my Lord." All right, and the Lord was lowercase. But he's talking about Yahushua sitting on the right hand of the Father. And Job knew that as well about the prophecies of Yahushua. All right? And that's why when Yahushua came on the scene, the only ones that believed in him really was the ones that believed in the prophecies. Okay? Other than that, they were like Cornelius. They were just men that would believe, you know? believed in Yahweh. But he said, I know my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand. What?
He says that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroyed this body, yet in my flesh shall I see Yahweh.
Right. So yeah, in his flesh he's going to see Yahweh. All right. So he said he knows his Redeemer liveth. And in his flesh he's going to see the Lord upon his earth one day. So he's back here as well, Job. All right. Because in death there's no remembrance of former things. But he said he knew after his skin and worms ate up the body. So he got a new body. And when he get delivered, he don't need to go back and get that old body. He can get another new body from the heaven. All right. So we've had many bodies before. All of us. They still on the earth. They still, even David, he said his sepulcher, his grave is with us till this day. All right. But then David came back as Peter. So David's back here again too. All right, let's get it, man. Let's keep going with this. So they knew about reincarnation, man. That was faith right there. 10 toes down, man. Sheesh. So peanut.
215 peanut.
Second Maccabees chapter 7, verse 12. And so much that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage. For that
so Antiochus Epiphanes in 168 BC, this Edomite devil, he was known as the wicked root. He marveled at their faith, man. And our people don't have that faith today. They're gonna go right down to them hospitals and get it. You know, they're gonna give myself away. They're gonna give themselves away to Esau. Go ahead, brother.
For that he nothing regarded the pains. Now when this man was dead also, they tormented and mangled the fourth like in like manner.
Ooh, that's why the scriptures say that, man. Violence against that brother. Yeah, man.
Really quick, I wanted to touch on, there was a show called Underground Railroad on Amazon Prime, and it showed a runaway slave. He had just got recaptured, and they brought him back to the plantation, and they called all the other slaves off from picking cotton to watch this one slave get burned alive. And as he was being burnt alive, like screaming and stuff like that, the slave master, after he threw the torch in, he went back to the table. He was having a little picnic, and he started dancing with his wife and having one of the other slaves play the violin. And they love that. They live in that type of wickedness. Like that just shows the wickedness. Why you have these people watching one of their brethren being burned alive, hearing the screams of being burned alive, you dancing.
That's where you get the word Roman candles from.
Good.
They took some jakes and they lit them up with tar. And they lit them on fire with feathers, and they left them there burning. A bunch of people, a row of them, and then he invited guests over to have a party and had them in the background, so they can bring light.
And that show you how nasty and wicked Esau is, man. To sit there and do all that upon the burning flesh. All right, that's just disgusting. All right, so that's why those tables gonna be turned right back on them.
Yeah, man, we just gonna be that damn nasty.
Yeah, that's nasty. That's
the nasty motherfucker. Right. Let's keep going.
This Obadiah chapter 1, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Right. So they already come out here saying we teaching hate, but that's hate. Y'all live hate. That's right. They live it. You know, we just talk a good game. We need the Lord to back us up. You know what I'm saying? But Esau, man, they got their blessing. They go around stealing, killing, and destroying. All right, and that's how you know it's them till this day. And he said the wicked is not all wiped away.
Wickedness is all not wiped away.
Trust not the enemy. Yeah, kind.
One thing that Steve, one thing that he said that made you aware of his lack of understanding was, all right. So, what the second question he asked was, have y'all seen y'all work? Have y'all seen y'all work come to fruition? And it's like the elder said, yeah, we do from seeing chariots, from seeing the prophecies come to pass, from seeing the rest of the Akim, and also we know that spiritually, our riches are being stored up in heaven. Him and other people like him in carnal mindset, they want to see people give food. They want to see people be dunked in the bathtub. They want to see, they want to get their reward right now.
Yeah, they want to see you shaking on the floor and shit.
Right.
Oh, look, he got the spirit.
What he really wanted to go into, he didn't expect the elder to go in to what he was going to go into. He wanted to be able to say, well, I've done this, I've done that. But when the elder stepped out and said, you're witnessing a miracle right here.
Yeah.
That stopped his growth right there. He couldn't go into what he really wanted to go into.
Yeah.
So that was a chess move right there.
Yeah, right, he probably was nervous. Barking like a baby duck. There you go, Stevie. I see you wondering.
I know this.
I got no
Verse 14,
Stevie on there,
Second
man.
Maccabees, chapter 7. So when he was ready to die, he said, thus, it is good being put to death by men to look for hope from Yahweh to be raised up again by him.
Right. It is good. That's good, man. He said, fear not him that can destroy the body, but him that can destroy the body and soul in hell upon this earth in sorrow. So he said, what? It's good to hope for mercy from the Lord, man. Being destroyed by men and being taken up and delivered and suffering for good instead of suffering for evil. All right, go ahead, brother. Oh, wait, you know what? Let's keep one more. It's going to lead us into that.
As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life.
Either he's saying no or he's listening to music or something wrong with his head. Go ahead.
As for thee,
you know, people shake their head when they hear voices and stuff. Right?
As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life.
Look. That's called an unruly person. Look how mad he gets. Now, if I was an Edomite, a white man up there, he wouldn't be that mad. That's how you're looking at me. See the trick. You see the trick. Keep going. Keep going.
Afterward, they brought the fifth also and mangled him.
He's mad. He's shaking his head. Well, if you ain't mad, what you shaking your head for?
Verse 16.
Like a mad cow. But
then looked he unto the king and said, thou hast power.
See, Jakes think we supposed to be scared of their ass, man. They give you that look like they you ain't gonna do nothing. You're not. You're either gonna go to jail or you're gonna get your ass whooped. Either one. What the hell? They always stop and do that. What? What's up? Nothing. Nothing's up. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 16.
They only act unruly with us. But then a woman get on their ass, you hear them screaming, I want peace. That's all I want. That's all I want is peace. When it come to us, we want to come up and act all brolic. Go ahead, brother. My back, you stop it.
Verse 16. Then looked he unto the king and said, thou hast power over men, thou art corruptible, thou doest what thy wilt, yet think not that our nation is forsaken of Yahweh.
That's right, man. So even Esau is doing what thou wilt. Ain't that they slogan? That's Esau, man. They're going about stealing, killing, and destroying. Going about their will. But what did the Lord say? They enlarge their desires as hell. But the spirit that's lifted up in them is not upright. All right? Oh, go ahead.
Go on. Verse 17. But abide a while, and behold his great power.
That's right, man. Abide for a little while, Esau. A little while longer, and you're going to see the Lord's great power. All right? And what I say, you think of themselves to be God? See that? They think they're God, man. Look at the money. You know, this whole system they set up, man. They think themselves to be God. Look at the movies. Charles Heston, they put themselves up as Moses, put themselves up as the Messiah. They're the main nation on this earth that put themselves up as the God of the Bible. You know? Go ahead, brother. So that's that pride of Esau. What's that? Obadiah, somebody please. The pride of our heart deceived thee. No, how much time we got?
19%.
I'll finish it up. Yeah, we're right.
1 and 3.
Pride of our heart.
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock.
There you go, man. They're really some damn cave people. And this dude got his bubble burst when he came up here. Right? So, what do you say? Their pride is based on riches. And they've stolen everything on the earth. By riches gotten by gain gotten by deceit. Yeah, go out, brother. I'm gonna let you rock out now.
Verse 16. Then looked he unto the king and said, Thou hast power over men, thou art corrupt, thou doest what thy wilt, yet think not our nation is forsaken of Yahweh.
Right, so don't think that the Lord did away with his people. All right, did the Lord cast away his people? God forbid. All right, go ahead.
Verse 17. But abide a while, and behold his great power.
Right, everybody's gonna behold this great power named Yahweh. All right, go ahead. Everybody's gonna behold that soon.
How he will torment thee and thy seed.
Right, he's gonna torment thee. Who is that? The wicked Antiochus and his seed. That's Edom.
Isaiah 14 and 21.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
What's up, wicked man?
Yep, let's get it.
I got this up real quick.
Yep, it's a lot of them, right? We're gonna get about 3.
This is Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, and I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the sea, yet thou art a man and not God. Though thou set thine heart as the heart of God, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
Right, I'm gonna call these the blades of grass. That's what they are. Bunch of blades of grass. All right, or weeds.
All right, this is verse 6.
That's dumb.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast
just mortal men. But they act like they God, man. Right?
Because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of a God, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, that the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness.
Right, so there's all these nations, they're gonna come against Esau. All right, just to put it like that. And the main nation that's gonna come against them is the children of Israel in the end. All right, let's get it. Keep going. Precept. We got like 19 minutes. We got long.
Okay. Isaiah 14 and 21, it says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
So bring that verse 9 real quick. How thou fallen from heaven.
Good. Isaiah 14 and 9. It says, hell from beneath is moved bodily to meet thee at thy coming.
So all this hell that this individual is stirring up, especially doing devilish shit like that, is going to be waiting to meet him at that coming, man. Because he's going. What does Scripture say? I witnessed. I beheld, and lo, Lucifer fall. Satan has fallen like lightning to the earth, man. It's like
it stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chieftains of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
So this devil is thinking in his mind, his haughty spirit, that he's going to continue on forever. But the Lord got a judgment for him. Keep going.
Verse 10. All they that shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?
So the Lord is exposing the weakness of this devil, man. Man, he's weak. The only thing he got is this money in this system that's set up. You take that away, he ain't got nothing. Because he ain't got nothing spiritually at all. All right.
Verse 11. It says, thy book is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the noise of thy vows.
How's Lucifer falling from heaven?
Yeah, verse 12. All right. It says, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
Because they were exalting themselves as God, man. They sit in the seat and calling themselves God. But all these other nations are like, how the hell you fall from heaven? You had everybody thinking that you rule the earth. You got everybody thinking that you were God. They thought that they had that mindset. They still got that mindset to this day. You can have the most bummiest Edomite, and he'll think he's exalted more than the richest Jake.
Right. They're gonna narrowly look upon him and say, "Is this the man that did weaken the nations?" And damn, you was balling. What happened? You was the man just a week ago. Shit, what happened to you? Yeah. Any more precepts? Got one?
Yeah, real quick. This is Galatians chapter 6, verse 3. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. So there you go. Esau think he all grand and uppity and almighty powerful. He just deceiving himself. That's all. You know, he ain't. He's just a man.
He's deceiving 2/3 of our people too. Go ahead, brother. Yeah, put your hand. Look at it. Man, you good. You good. Yeah.
Look at Isaiah chapter 14, verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth tremble and did shake kingdoms?
There you go. Yeah.
God, just like the elder was speaking on, man, Esau's going to be brought down low. So the people that once saw him as this exalted thing, they're going to see his true form, man, that he is the lowest of the low.
The Lord said he's going to make them the least of the heathen, man.
Verse 18. Second Maccabees chapter.
This joint's deep, man. I might finish this at home. There, brother.
Second Maccabees chapter 7, verse 18.
Right. If we have to, we'll stop at 20. But let's see if we can keep going.
After him, like verse 17. But abide a while, and behold his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed. After him also they brought the sixth, who being ready to die, said, be not deceived without cause. For we suffering these things for ourselves, having sinned against our power, therefore marvelous things are done unto us.
Right, so that's why we went through it. Not because Esau has any power, it's because we went against our power. All right, and the Lord judged us. All right, because he said that to Antiochus. Did you not know that you would have been just like Heliodorus that got his ass whooped by the angels?
Unless the Lord allowed this to happen to me, like
That's
straight
right.
up.
That's right.
He knew it was the Lord, but then the sixth one stepped up ready to die, not afraid.
Right. Keep going, bro.
Verse 19. But think not thou takest in hand to strive against Yahweh, but thou shalt escape unpunished, that thou shalt escape unpunished.
Right. Hold up. Read that again.
But think not that thou takest in hand to strive against Yahweh.
Right. Yeah, because you fight against the Lord's people, they're basically fighting against God. All right, go ahead.
That thou shalt escape unpunished, but the mother was marvelous above all.
Right. They what? They said they hold themselves not guilty. And that's why scripture say prepare slaughter for their children. All right. They're holding themselves not guilty, but the Lord has found you guilty. He said, thou art found. All right, go ahead.
Verse 20, but the mother was marvelous above all.
So you women want to be in this truth. The Lord looks at you as marvelous in your faith, man. Marvelous above all these other women. Go ahead.
This is what they want right here. And worthy of honorable memory.
There you go. You want to be worthy of honor. All right. And memory in the kingdom. Right? As far as your faith in this society. Go ahead.
For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of one day, she bare it with a good courage because of the hope that she had in the Lord.
All right. Hey, skip down to no, keep going. Keep going. We're gonna try to go to 23.
Lord. Verse 21. Yea, she exhorted every one of them in her own language.
Oh, so she spoke in her own language. If you want to find that, you look up the tunnels of Hezekiah. You'll find the Lord's language, the Paleo Hebrew. So she spoke to them in Hebrew and not in the Greek. Go ahead.
Filled with courageous spirits and stirring up her womanish.
Yep.
Slakia. And stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach, and she said unto them.
Right, so her emotional thoughts, she had to stomach it with a manly stomach and gird up her loins as a man in faith. And what did it say? Let it be the hidden man of the heart. All right, for the women. So you got to do that today, man. Y'all supposed to speak confidence into the men. All right, and into the children. Go ahead, brother. Speak faith to them.
Verse 22.
Right.
I cannot tell you how, Salakia, I cannot tell how you came into my womb.
Right. Now, for the idiots out there that like to bring this out and say you won't know about the birth, how it happened. No, because Wisdom of Solomon 7 cuts that. That we're going to know about all that stuff about the birth process. What she's saying right here is, she's like, I don't know how you became my child. That's what she's saying. And how you got there. But I know for a fact that, go ahead.
For I neither gave you breath nor life, nor was it I that formed the members of every one of you.
Did she know about the members of the body? Go ahead.
But doubtless of the creator of the world, who formed the generation of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again.
Whoa, and life again. She's telling this to a child that he will give you breath in your body and life again, man. So that child was back on the earth during Yahweh Shai, and he's back here to get his reward today.
If I may add on, we have to be in that same spirit as well, man. As that woman and her 7 sons, and was speaking on earlier, Ananiah, Azariah, and Mishael, man. Hey, because why we gonna be in that furnace of affliction? All right, is that he's gonna get turned all the way up, man. And guess what? We gotta stand bold, man. We gotta stand bold 10 toes down in that day for the Lord Yahweh by Yahweh Shai, man.
He said we can get through much tribulation, so you enter into the kingdom of heaven. And what do you say? The hour of temptation, man. To come upon the whole world, and this is the mindset that you got to be in. All right, prepare your mind, gird up your loins, your heart. Right?
The heathens and everyone who's in a carnal mindset, they look at only a piece of the timeline. When we of Israel, we look at the entire time, the entire picture. All right, they went through this, so that way when we go through this, they wrote it down so that we can better prepare ourselves.
Sure. Things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
The scripture say, "I write these things to warn you," man.
Now we can be better grounded and have a foundation. Verse 23, we start back at the top of it. But doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generation of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again, as you now regard not your own lives for his law's sake.
Wow, man. So we got to regard not our own lives for his law's sake, for his truth's sake.
Once again, Sirach 4:28, man. Strive for the truth to death, and the Lord shall fight for you, man. So hey, hold your end of the bargain.
Because it's not about us, it's about he exists. It's about Yahweh, and it's about his son who delivers. Yahweh.
And we got to pray. That's the main part, praying that he helps us uphold our end of the bargain. Right. Can you skip over to 28? Because we're gonna skip so we can deal with the time. But if you want to get more understanding, read those few chapters in between. But this is the part where Antiochus heard those words and he took it as mocking them, just like today. You know, but yeah. So now he started coming at the woman. Then the woman laughed at him and started rebuking him some more. And she started talking to her son. She ignored him and she talked to her son because she knew she was about to die at that point. Because none of them was giving in. All right, so she just looked at her son and told him this. Go ahead, brother. So this is what wisdom is telling us today. Our mother. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 28, chapter 7 of the 2nd Maccabees. I beseech thee, my son, and look upon the heaven and the earth and all that is therein, and consider that Yahweh made them of things that were not, and so was mankind made likewise.
Right, so he can make us again with no problem. It's nothing. He can make you out of nothing. Go ahead.
Verse 29, fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy,
right,
and with thy brethren.
Right. So this is wisdom speaking to us. It says, what? Fear not this tormentor. Who's the tormentor today? Esau. All right. But the Lord's going to torment them. And it says what? Where was you at? 29. It says, but being worthy of thy brethren. Who's our brethren? All the prophets of the scriptures. All right. These are brethren. And the Lord, Paul said, he said, rest with us until the Lord be revealed. All right. And it says, take thy death. All right. Say what? Present thy body as a living sacrifice. All right. That I may receive thee again in mercy. So we died 2,000 years ago. And now the Lord is going to receive us again in these times with mercy again. All right. Because we were born in this society calling ourselves American, black. The Lord got more mercy on us. Like, all right, wake your black ass up. All right, brother.
Verse 30.
So look at this spiritually right here.
While she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, whom wait ye for? Salakia, whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandment.
Yeah, he basically saying, yo, what you waiting for? Kill me. That's a little boy speaking, man. Like King David, you know? Go ahead, brother.
But I will obey the commandment of the law that was given unto our fathers by Moses.
Right, you got to imagine how mad he was that they was tormenting his brother. He already killed him. and now he watching him torment his mom. So he's like, yo, what you waiting for? You know, he had to show more courage than his mama almost, you know? Because the man wasn't around now. All right, go ahead, brother.
And now that has been the
that's what we're saying today. We're saying at the Esau, what the hell you waiting for? Make your move.
Press the goddamn button.
Yeah, cut the fire on. Let's get it.
verse 31. And thou hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews.
Oh,
Shout.
so even today, Esau has been the author against all mischief against the Hebrews today, man. Shame shall cover thee, man.
Shalt not escape the hands of Yahweh, for we suffer because of our sins.
But you.
Verse 33. And though the living Lord be angry with us a little while for our chastising and correction, yet shall he be at one again with his servants.
Whoa. That's what's about to happen. That's what we're here to live it out today. Has the Lord cast away his people? God forbid. He's going to be one with us. How is Yahweh one with us again? Through Yahushua, the mediator, the glue, brought us back to him, man. All right, now we're one. Yahushua is one with Yahweh, and we're one with Yahushua and Yahweh.
34. But thou, O godless man, and of all other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause, nor puffed up with uncertain hope, lifting up thy hand against the servants of Yahweh.
Right, so they have uncertain hopes. When they come in rushing like a flood, the Lord gonna lift up a standard against them, man. So everything they're doing is vain. All right, and he said, "What? Oh, godless man! They're a godless nation, man. That's why the Lord called him a bastard. He said, a bastard dwelleth in Ashdod. The fake Jews. A bastard is a fatherless person, a little boy. And what is Esau known as? A damn child. Scripture say children shall rule over you. All right? And they become our tormentors. It says this, what does it say? And of all other most wicked. So these people today are worse than Antiochus. And they're called the what? The most wicked. Their nation, man. Go ahead, brother. The ambassador of the heathen.
Verse 35. For thou hast not escaped the judgment of the Almighty Power, who seeth all things. For our brethren, who now have suffered a short pain, are dead under Yahweh's covenant of everlasting life. But thou, through the judgment of Yahweh, shalt receive just punishment for thy pride.
Right, man, because if you look into the past, you'll see the sacrifice that our people did for the laws and for the name of the Lord, for the truth. But if you look into Esau's past, you'll see that they were just tormented and they were being wicked. So they're going to get the reward of the wicked. All right? Keep going.
Verse 37. Yeah. But I, as my brethren, offer up my body and life for the laws of our fathers, beseeching Yahweh that he would speedily be merciful unto our nation.
Right, so we turn to the Lord quick. So we pray that the Lord will be merciful unto our nation and put hell on their nation for what they did to our people and for them just being the wicked. All right, turn the tables, put it on them. And we don't care what you do with them. Lift us up and bless us with your mercy and your treasures of righteousness. We don't care what you do with them. I wouldn't mind seeing it. I'll probably be peeking. You know? But let's keep going.
And that thou, by torments and plagues, mayest confess that he alone is Yahweh.
Right. Now, I mean, wait, where is that at? I think it's in chapter 9, where Antiochus died, and he wound up confessing. Just like Esau is going to confess. He said he's going to lift up his eyes in hell. All right, and what's hell? Hell is right here on earth, slavery. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Bible, brother. All right? God's true name is Yahweh, his son named Yahushua, a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. All right? And the Lord looking for soldiers that's willing to come out here and deal with all this bullshit and teach his word the right way. All right? Where is it? Antiochus died. I think verse 5.
Let me go back.
Somebody go to 5 real quick. Chapter 9, verse 5. Hold your spot. Hold your spot. Chapter 9, verse 5.
It says, but the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, smote him.
Okay.
All right, this is 2 Maccabees chapter 9, verse 5. But the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Almighty, the God of Israel, smote him with an incurable and invisible plague.
Right. So this just like today, they got these invisible plagues. But what was the Antiochus Epiphanes? So this is how he died. All right. So this prophecy of this little boy that was prophesying against Antiochus became true, and he wound up admitting that the God of the Israelites is the true God. All right. Go ahead.
For as soon as he had spoken these words, a pain of the bowels that was slucky. As soon as he had spoken these words, a pain of the bowels that was remediless came upon him.
Remediless.
Came upon him and stored like a pain of the bowels that was remediless came upon him and sore torments of the inner parts.
Right, can you jump down to verse 11?
Good. 2 Maccabees 9, verse 11. It says, here, therefore, being plagued, he began to leave off his great pride.
Oh, so he began to leave off his pride. See that? Once he got hit with the plagues, he still was putting hell on us. But then he got more plagues and they kicked him more. That's when he began to leave off his pride. So when is Esau going to leave off their pride? When the Lord allow us to, when the Lord put hell on them in the kingdom. All right? And they begin to be tormented in judgment, where they're going to be tormented. And then that's when they're going to leave off their pride. All right, go ahead, brother.
Good. It says, and to come to the knowledge of himself by the scourge of the Most High, his pain increasing every moment.
So every second, his pain started increasing. So in our kingdom, when Esau put into bondage, the so-called white man is who I'm talking about. Their biblical name is Esau, and not according to color, because they're not all the same. Some of those are people that look like them. But he said what? He said what? He said the pain increased every second. So in the kingdom, their judgment and their pain is going to increase every second. Just like our pain was increased every second. All right, this is the truth. They don't want to see it. It's real. All right. And it's crazy for a nation to do this to people, and they believe that they don't have no judgment coming. So that lets you know that they're a godless nation. They don't believe in God. See that they run their children away from it and everything because they don't want them to see the truth of their nation. They teach us this in history, though. We go to our schools. Hey, so we go to school, and they teach us this in school about slavery. You know about Christopher Columbus. Probably heard of him before, right? Why did we hear of him? But you ain't hear about King David slaying 1,000 men. King David was a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. All right? Let's keep going. So you see how they ran? You want to make a Edomite, a so-called white man run? Pull out that picture. They start talking trash to you. Hey, man, you can't be around here. I got something for you. Hey, check this out. Pull out that picture. Slavery, they're going to be, hey, man, I don't know nothing about that. That wasn't our people. See that? You want them to leave you alone, do that. Huh? Yeah, critical race theory, yeah. What was that? That was it, right? So he left off that pride, man. Right? His pains increased every second. So that prophecy of that little boy, two chapters over, when they killed him in 168 BC, they killed the dark skin. Well, we were dark skinned, but that wasn't their focus. Their focus was our belief. You know what I mean? And they killed him. They put us in pots and boiled us just to get us to eat pork. So today, our people love pork. You ain't gotta get them. You need to get them the time of day, and they're gonna eat the damn pork.
Hey, prime example, we working with a dude named Evie.
Yeah, cookies can.
We were like, shit, hey man, you were like, hey man, why y'all eating on the piece? We'll eat pork. Shit, I be goddamn bust out eating goddamn pork. Shit, good. Hey, our people, hey man, shit, they don't want to let it go.
Yeah, I need my pork.
Hey, come on.
I want it to become yours. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 38. And that sounds like you. And that in me and my brethren, the wrath of the Almighty.
Oh, he got to go to 12.
I got it.
He got it.
This is 2 Maccabees 9 and 12. And when he himself could not abide his own smell.
He couldn't abide his own smell. All right, go ahead, brother. We got to bring these out. We got to amplify it, man.
He said these words. It is meet to be subject unto Yahweh, and that a man that is mortal should not proudly think of himself as if he were God. Woo.
What are they're gonna say that. They're gonna say that in the kingdom, man. They're not gonna say it right now. They got that Rocky spirit on them now because they got the power, they got the technology, they got everything right now. And this is their kingdom. But their kingdom was about to fall, and ours is about to take over. And we're not Africans, we're not black. Right? We're Israelites. The word Israelite means he is a prince of God. That's what we naturally are. But we got to wake up to become that. We got to turn back to Yahweh and his son Yahushua. All right, we got some food, but it's the scriptures. Go ahead, brother. All right, now, peace to you, man. We got some water, though. You need some water? All right, yeah, we got you. You got chicken, too? Hey, we got chicken, too. All right. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 38, Second Maccabees chapter 7. And that in me and my brethren, the wrath of the Almighty, which is justly brought upon all our nation, may cease. Then the king, being in a rage, handled him worse than all the rest, and took it grievously that he was mocked. So this man died undefiled.
They're going to come at us more aggressive than all the rest. You know, because the ones that stand up with the most faith and talk that right in their face, they're going to come at us, man. They're going to call us terrorists and all kind of stuff like they're trying to do now. Calling us conspiracy theorists. All right, go ahead, bro.
Verse 40.
Yeah, you want to scare an Edomite man? Pick up a Bible. That's better than any gun. You pick up a gun, they got you. Pick up this Bible. Go ahead, bro.
So this man died undefiled and put his whole trust in the Lord.
There you go.
Last of all the sons, Slakia, last of all after the sons, the mother died.
See that? Last of all, they killed the mom too, man. This a so-called white man that tormented and tortured our people during the Greek Empire, right? Just like they did in the Roman Empire, just like they're doing in America today, all right? And they wanted to torment us and turn us away from our God and turn us away from the laws. And today we represent the law of faith and truth. So now they're gonna try to get you to turn away from God again. They're gonna try to get you to eat pork, lobster, crabs, shrimp. They're gonna try to get you to get, you know, I can't say it on the camera. And then ultimately it's gonna lead to the mark. You got mark the law? All right. Brother, you need some water, man?
Over here.
Yeah, you can help my car. Y'all handle that.
Dale el pollo.
Hey, we got one more for you. Hold on. Barack got you on this. So look. All right. So now the Lord's name is Yahweh and his son named Yahushua. All right. Did you know that the Lord was homeless too when he was on the earth? Yeah, he say the Son of Man have not to lay. Okay. The Son of Man have not where to lay his head. He have nowhere to sleep at. You know what I mean? He was our people. He was a dark-skinned man from the tribe of Judah with white and woolly hair. All right. But this right here is what's coming. All right, that's what it's leading to. That's why you walk by here today. You know what I mean? And you know, so you won't fall into this. Because anybody that gets this, somebody get the scripture for this, Revelation 14. This right here. What's going to happen if they get it?
This is
you see them going to get something. It's going to lead to that. You know what I mean?
This is Revelation chapter 14, and I'm gonna start at verse 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, Babylon is fallen.
What's Babylon? Babylon is the place of confusion, America. We almost done to right after this.
That great city, because she made all the nations drink of the wine of the wrath of fornication.
Right, what's our fornication? Christianity. Demonocracy, you know, you hear about that, democracy. That comes from Greece. That's where it was started at. Democracy was started in Greece. And you see this right here? This is their philosophy. The wine of their fornication. What's fornication mean? Adultery. You got spiritual and you got physical fornication. You know, man sleep with another man's wife. Sleep with multiple women, you good. All right, don't let a woman lie to you, as long as it ain't another man's wife. But to worship false gods, they're still on Praise the Dark.
Okay.
To worship false gods, somebody can check the page, see if we on. But to worship false gods is to do adultery. That's spiritual adultery. All right. So now they put this up. This is part of their wine. That's their philosophy. Go ahead.
And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast
in his image.
All right, what's the beast? The beast represents the European Union, NATO, and America. All right, those together. Yep. Go ahead.
And receive his mark.
And what does the word worship mean? The worship means to proskuneo, to bow down. Right here, at this point.
And receive his mark in his forehead or in his head.
So they go through these philosophies, right? What I just showed you, right? Christianity, Islam, and all that. If they go through that, paganism, the devil worship shit you be seeing now, and they get led by these people, you see them faces on, they're sticking out, right? Kind of seen them faces before, a few of them. If they follow them, it's going to lead them to get that mark of the beast. See that? That's set up with corporations. You know, if they do that, this is going to happen to them.
The same should drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without measure into the cup of his indignation.
So what's that wrath of Yahweh? Somebody get that Malachi. We're gonna end up with that. Burn in the oven. Let's read that again. All right. So that's the wrath that the Lord is about to send, and the ones that get that, they mark for judgment. All right. The Lord looking for soldiers, man.
This is Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day cometh that shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that shall not leave them neither root nor branch.
Right, man. Right.
But unto you that fear my name,
if you fear the name of the Lord, not calling him Jesus. Jesus means Hail Zeus. Our people praise the Zeus. That's a pagan god. So what's his true name? His true name is Yahushua. That's his true name in the ancient Hebrew. That's what everybody, well, they ain't looking, but that's what they should know. And this is how he looks according to the Bible. All right? If you read the scriptures, that's how he looks. He look like you. He look like us. But we walking around not knowing this, we think we ain't shit. Especially hear a lot of women tell it. You know what I'm saying?
But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and shall go forth and come up as the calves of the stall.
That's right, man. So if you don't get that shit, if you turn to the Lord and call upon him now, you know, from this day forth, you learn about him, the Lord will protect you and raise you up as one of his first in the kingdom. To inherit the earth and the universe out there, and to have a new body. The Lord gonna give us new bodies, but we don't have tattoos. You know, we didn't know that. I didn't know that before I got to the tree. You know what I mean? I wish I could get it off. It costs money though, laser and shit. You gotta go through more to get that shit off. So the Lord promising us new bodies to where we gonna have righteous bodies, man, with the laws written in our head. Like right now, you probably don't eat red meat. You eat like red meat. Why not? It's nasty, right? Now, I worked at a restaurant, and the main ones that came in and eating that bloody meat was them, Esau. It's in their spirit. See, in the kingdom, the same way you don't like that red meat or this type shit, you know what I'm talking about? You know, the zesty mites. I can't say it on there. You know, the rainbow people. All right. Yeah. They call them tambourine players. Yeah. No, right there. I can't say it on the internet. But well, you don't like that. You know, our people don't like that. It's in there, you know. And the kingdom is going to be 100 times more than that. You're going to do everything right. And the Lord ain't going to ever be mad at us. You know what I mean? So we ended up in slavery because the Lord was angry with us. All right, go ahead, brother. Who will read?
Zechariah.
Oh, yeah, real quick.
All right, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 14, verse 12. Yeah. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord shall smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away.
So their flesh gonna burn away with the fire. Go ahead.
While they stand upon their feet.
They're gonna be standing, going to get that pork. And that fire gonna hit them just like on Terminator. Yep.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
There you go, like Lil Nas, right? At the BET Awards. Yeah, he was doing all that shit. Yeah, all that. Thank God you didn't. Yeah, man, but all that, they face gonna be burning up doing that shit. Yeah, go ahead, keep going. Their eyes gonna consume in their head. Because in World War II, when they first dropped the atom bomb, the first thing that burned up was the organs, the soft organs, the eyes and the tongue. All right, so it's gonna happen again. All right, go ahead.
In their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
There you go, man. And it burned them so much that you can see the shadows in the ground to this day. And that's all in the Bible. Somebody get that, World War III? Last one. This is it right here. Revelation 11.
Revelations chapter 11, verse 14.
Right, we out here to wake up the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That they're the fact that they're the angels that the Bible speaks of. Get it, angels? The word angel means messenger. All right, messengers come from who? Israel, Yasha'Allah. Yasha'Allah in the Hebrew is he is the Prince of God. Go ahead.
The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Yep. Oh, you heard that? The second woe. Woe means war. The second woe is past, and the third woe comes quickly, man. You see that? But they walking around willy-nilly, chilling. They see it showing up. And they know they don't have no answer. And they see us out here, man. Like, what the hell we is? Chopped liver? Jeez, man. But we're gonna end it there, man, while we got time. And you got a flyer too, right? All right, man. And we're gonna say you can pray with it, you know, what, man. Catch the brother on that, man. This we might have another elect. He showed up the same way. All right, all of them did. You know, somebody showed up prepared, but some showed up by the call. You know, the Spirit just called him. And look where he at. You know, look where he at. He showed up ready. You know, the car. Yeah, remember that? He just pulled on to. All right.
I was outside the church.
Yeah, he was outside the church. Look, they sharp. They sharp. I don't have to teach. They got it, and you'll have it too. You know what I mean?
I heard the brothers already upload the show up. So I was already looking.
That's right. He was already looking though. Yeah, the Lord was already talking at you. Yep.
I was already looking too. Yeah.
Oh, that's how it happened, man. Yeah. Yeah, we got a silent assassin. And the only unsafe thing about that would be is that if you're not in the truth, you're not supposed to keep the Passover. That's the only thing. Because it's unsafe for you. You know what I mean?
I wasn't doing this. I was.
But look where you at. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I got people that did that and they didn't show back up. The Lord gonna get them for that. That's called drinking of this wine of this Passover unworthily. You know, he said if you're gonna eat and drink of this Passover, if you drink it unworthily, they're gonna perish. So you gotta stay in it now. You won't. It's like a blood oath, like the mob. All right. We had a no free. Oh, with that, maybe we're gonna give praise to Yahweh Shem Shai in the Hebrew. We're gonna say Kal,
Halayim, La, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Ha, Wakah, Kodash, Ma'amah.
All right, and shalom to you, Akim out there, and double line to the elder apostles of GMF. And shalom, man. Peace to the sincere, man.
I have to thank Slakia for what happened later.
What happened? Oh.
But I try.